Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to deliver what happened in court today. The day is Monday, definitely. I think it is the 22nd of April. We are here again. We are singing the same chorus of what is happening in court, and we are also obviously analyzing whatever that we can analyze. Welcome and like the video, share the video. Make sure that you do everything necessary as a member and as a part of this family. And we also welcome the new ones that come with a different view. And as much as we are a family, we also have different opinions and different views about what is happening here. But we do that respectfully. So, Emily, let's greet you.
Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome
How have
back
you
to
been?
the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. I've been okay.
You've been okay.
I've been okay. It's just that today a lot was going on, and some of the things that were shared by counsel for accused number one were stuff that I never thought will come out in that court. That is why when that we did that whole coverage of Longwe, Twala, you know, I was thinking, what difference does it make? You know, what difference does it make? Because we are going nowhere slowly in that court. But turns out today we just moved from gear 1 to gear 10.
You reckon?
In my opinion.
In your opinion?
In my opinion. It's from gear 1 to gear 10. I don't know how the state will rebut what everything that took place today. It was.
What do you say about people who are saying this is like hearsay evidence?
It's hearsay evidence, but for people that, I wouldn't say people that know the truth, or some of us who've been following this case for a very long time. If it's hearsay evidence, then it sure has been consistent. It has been consistent with the stories of people that were more closer to the scene. For example, the spiritual person who consulted with KHUMALO.
Yeah.
I remember the mention of the person in the media, in the papers and stuff. I didn't know that we would hear her statement anytime soon.
That is 375.
Yes, and it happened many years ago. This spiritual person is the same person that is being alleged to have consulted with KHUMALO on the night of the incident. And she said she prepared a cleansing ceremony for KHUMALO.
Yeah.
So people like that, in my opinion, I don't think they were supposed to see the light of day in that courtroom. And Ngomezulu found a way to introduce,
those people.
Even if the state, it looks like the state was planning on not having these people or not having these statements be seen by the public or be heard of by the public. You could tell how tense Advocate Baloyi was throughout the entire session, calling it hearsay, double hearsay, triple hearsay. Mina ngiqala ukuyiva ngai triple and double hearsay.
So I guess it's a hearsay that you hear from someone else, and then you also tell the story as a hearsay. So that's a third person.
So ngiqala ukuyiva itheme kuthiwa double and triple hearsay. I just take hearsay as hearsay. But then
what do you say about the manner in which the script was? I mean, not the script. We're used to calling this a script. What do you say about the manner in which that statement for professional police was written in terms of English first? Do you think that was a sabotage, or that's someone who really was trying his luck? I mean, this is not our mother's language.
This was Mteto, right?
This was Mteto.
Yes, the person who wrote the statement was Mteto, and Mteto came to testify. Mteto was testifying in isiZulu, okay? He did not pressure himself with English.
Few pickups, then it's okay. I think we had whatever.
No, I believe that the meaning
was captured.
Was understood and was captured. He doesn't have to be thorough in English if it's not his strong point. Okay, as long as he communicated effectively. Although I wish he had written it in isiZulu.
But just before we actually go further, I just want to ask about this, the theory that came out of that, where they're saying they came as people were here to rob, and then next thing, they didn't talk. They didn't take my phone. They left my phone.
They left the phone.
And yeah. So,
and I remember
so
at
that
the hospital with Mtogo, she was, who said they borrowed Kelly's phone to call Mandisa? It's Mtogo, right?
Yeah.
So she had a phone.
But that Sangoma must be delusional, because Mapopola came to say they took one phone. Right?
That belonged to
consistently saying that they took one phone. And then the other part before, just want to touch on the parts that...
And then the spiritual person comes and says they didn't take their phone, they left it. Right? They didn't take any
So
phone.
there was a bit of misleading there also in that spiritual moment when they were telling her, do you feel that the truth was not told fully?
I doubt they told her the truth.
But
in my opinion,
what makes
they'd
her...
have no reason to tell her the truth.
But it is, if you think that someone can see through you...
There's no need to tell them everything. They can see, right?
Yeah,
they are supposed to tell you.
Is that why maybe perhaps then later on when they allegedly brought Longwe, then there was a bit of uneasy with this woman. Why are you bringing this person here?
Because now she could see shadows and stuff.
Well, and then the judge is not equipped to actually deal with Sangomas. But hey, there's a man in which he even later made jokes of even asked the age of the person, how old that person is. What do you see? Don't you think the judge is biased in a sense? Not even biased, is obviously biased in a sense that every time when something is not supporting the state, he's quick to jump and claim whatever that he wants to claim. We all know that probably is not experienced, and from what I'm hearing, is a Christian, right? And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with him being a Christian, but in a manner that came out, it seems as if he's looking down on other people. In fact, Mgomezulu was right to say, "I cannot undermine African spirit."
It would be totally not responsible to include the African spirituality elements, which is a valid point. I mean, we are in Africa after all.
Oh, these are highlights. I'm just taking you through what could have happened and what happened, so that you stay tuned. You put that like button, you press it as hard as you can, and you leave it like that. Once it's pressed, and you like the video, and again, we see that there are people who are giving generously. We are grateful for those people, but you can also support without even giving by just watching the video and watching the adverts as usual. So Emily, let us start and unpack what happened step by step.
Okay, let's start. It's a lot to go through today, you guys. I need to be fast. So Mgomezulu continued to cross-examine police officer Butubakai Mukhola, and Mgomezulu asked the members of the SAPS that were investigating this case under 636, will I be correct to say it's yourself, Brigadier Gininda, Sergeant Mukhani, and the late Constable Mabena, and Mukhola confirmed that it is correct. And also there would be instances where Brigadier Gininda would call other members to assist, and they had only just started, and already she was bringing in Brigadier Gininda, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the day that you know what she is going to have to answer with Brigadier Gininda. Shift everything to Brigadier Gininda, like she did in the trial within the trial. I already got that feeling when she started bringing Brigadier Gininda that, you know what, we are going to not get much. Khoza confirmed that the information that they gathered during their investigation, they reported it to Brigadier Gininda, and they started to investigate the matter in 2018, and the incident occurred in 2014, and that there were other investigations that took place prior to their investigation. So Mgomezulu asked him, when you assumed your duties in 2018 in this case, did you, meaning all the officers that she worked with, approach the Meyiwa family for a statement? And Khoza said that she didn't know about Brigadier Gininda and others, but she did not. Mgomezulu then asked him, did you ever obtain a statement from Senzo Meyiwa? And Khoza said no. Mgomezulu asked him, did you obtain a statement from Mandisa Mkhize, Meyiwa's wife? And Khoza said no. And Mgomezulu asked her, did you obtain a statement from Mr. Hlophe, the brother-in-law of Senzo Meyiwa? And Khoza said no. Mgomezulu then asked, the essence of this question relates to when you started your investigations. There is something I want to put across this court about your evidence. Hence, I'll give you other names of people that were also involved. The purpose of asking this question is to demonstrate to this court that the investigation that you started and conducted is far away from the truth of what happened on the 26th of October 2014, and I'll demonstrate that.
Yeah. Thank you. Again, Veiws Ngapai, thank you very much for your generous gift. Thank you. We appreciate you. And we also appreciate others that are giving maybe later on the video. We appreciate them. And I think I saw a comment of Isaiah.
Yes.
Is really humbled. That's what I saw. And I'm grateful, and I'm hoping that the other member also is coming back, because we want you all to witness what you probably have started watching, and it couldn't be nicer if you guys are not here. So we appreciate all of you. And viewers, thank you very much. We appreciate for you to pump us up. We are here. We are going to do our best.
Yes. And then Khoza then said that, then why are we sitting here if the investigations are far from the truth? Because warrants were authorized, and that's why we are here.
It's a good question. A very good question that you should have asked when the NPA decided to choose otherwise as an investigating officer. And the fact that you are, I mean, it's a good question that you, why didn't you start from the beginning? Why didn't you go from the investigation that was done and build up to that investigation, which shows the breaking of relationship, and also a bit of agency that could have actually made people to make mistakes. Where did you base your investigation from? And that's then all of a sudden people are just ready to confess to you. You don't have history of what happened. You don't have history of the investigation, how far that investigation is. Nope. All of a sudden you come in, there are people who are actually ready to be arrested, ready to even confess.
Just like that.
Just like that. It is amazing what happened to you guys, and we cannot not highlight it, and it's a good thing that the defense highlighted it. Yes. Because that proves, in my own opinion, that this case, indeed, it might have been cooked.
That's what Mgomezulu said, and I'm glad he said it.
Hey, it has an element of cooking, a cooker there. It has that element.
How can
and I think that is demonstrating part of the demonstration.
End. How can you start at the end? You call yourself an investigator, right? And you don't even speak to the people that the incident happened in their presence. You don't speak to the families who have lost a loved one, who their victim, the NPA is supposed to
point of contact.
Represent.
Yes.
A point of contact.
The first contact that was made. You don't talk to people that had been contacted initially.
No.
Mandisa was contacted.
The wife of the deceased.
Yes, you don't talk to Dalsbury from Senzo's side who was contacted.
No.
there is basically no root of your investigation. And then all of a sudden you have people that you are ready to point, and those people, they come and confess. It must be that you are either Sangoma, part of these Sangomas.
Wow.
Or you are that good. I don't know. We might as well just stop and just give you everything.
Out of nowhere, and you got it towards the end, and you're like, I am a good investigator. I'm gonna take it from here. And then, even how, but I'll get to it later, how she described the case of Muzi, accused number 1, conveniently landing on her lap, and yet she's trying to convince the whole of South Africa that she knew nothing about the accusations, or Muzi being one of the accused, as she says. But how a case that links to Muzi is attached to her, and yet she's labeled as an investigator for 636.
Who was privy to information. Now we are getting that part where they are saying, no, remember, we cannot sugarcoat this part. They've been in the stand saying that they did not have information about the case of Senzo. These people sounded, we asked that question, remember?
Yes, confessions just landed on their lips.
How does a person whom you are arresting for something else, as you alleged, and then all of a sudden they start now telling you about this case of Senzo? Today, what we have gathered, in my own opinion, is that you were privy to that case. In fact, you started bringing that case.
Yes.
And that is something you could have said from the beginning.
To save yourself.
If you didn't have anything to hide.
Because what nonsense is this? Like, I was listening to the whole testimony. I'm like, this is literally everything that you were denying in the trial within a trial.
And that is everything the accused have been saying. More so the ones that you had an encounter with.
Yes.
That, no, this person actually called us over the phone and said he wants to give us a job. And then next thing, when they came, we are told about Senzo's case.
And in the trial, within a trial, she decided not to establish or reveal that she was investigating for 636 prior to this case of accused number 1 landing on her lap.
And that is something that we must take lightly. That is something that we must be like, okay, it could have been a mistake that you went in a stand and you denied and denounced that you actually were hunting for 636.
And then she said that, warrants were issued and were based on evidence presented. Mgomezulu asked, I differ with you, but I'm going to demonstrate, don't worry. I'm not in a hurry. Since you were the investigating officer, there's nowhere where you should not know that Brigadier Gininda interviewed the Meyiwa family. And there's no way you could have not known that. Do you agree with me? And Mohola said that, my lord, that is incorrect because I'm not the lead investigating officer.
Now we are
I'm
not
part of the investigation team.
Okay.
And there are instances where they would continue with investigations whereby I will not be present. Maybe I will be tasked with other investigations.
Even if you are not a lead.
I'll be even out of the province.
Even if you are not a lead investigating team, you are a team. There's a word called team, synergy. One thing, you are all driving to one direction. And there is no way you could actually do your work properly without knowing what the other hand is doing.
Yes.
It's not a situation where let us go hunt, you go hunt, you come back with whatever you come back with, you go. You must collaborate. You must work as a team. You must sit down at some point and discuss. This is where I am. This is what I'm doing. And this is where I'm having obstacles. And then you hear the other hand, what the other hand is doing and where they are having obstacles. Maybe you can help. That's what team is. Team is not about, let us all go hunt, come back. Okay, I don't care what you have. Give it to the boss. That's it. I've never had such. In fact, I can reduce the position of Mohola to a person who was a PA, in my opinion. Nothing else. you are told that, hey, there are boys that I'm looking for there. Can you find them? It's like, lap dogs. Go find them.
Her purpose is writing statements.
It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that is your line of defense, to say, I did not know what others were doing, but I am an investigator. Why do you like putting this badge so high, and then you cannot take the responsibility of it when the time comes? And how are we supposed to believe you now? So you are a police who does not even understand what a revolver is.
And then when she kept saying, I take instructions from Brigadier Gininda. Whatever Brigadier Gininda say I must do, I go do.
No, we've had it. We've had it. Ginindi can speak. We know Ginindi can speak. I'm happy that, listen, the defense must squeeze the hell out of what is in front of them. Forget about Ginindi. When Ginindi comes, he must be trying to put soil in the hole, because trying to level. No, it's not going to happen this time. Trial within the trial taught us that there's a bit of support that Ginindi gets. Sometimes he answers things that are not asked. Try to portray that maybe I'm studying law now, subsequently to that and whatnot. And we don't care about that right now. What we care about is who took Senzo away, and why, if he's not there, why that person is not there. And that's what Mngomezulu was demonstrating. Why is that person not there?
Yes. Mngomezulu then asked, let me draw you closer to when you approached accused number 1 on the 30th of May 2020, and you told this court that it appeared like accused number 1 wanted to say something, that he wanted to make some admissions. Do you remember saying that? And what makes you to say
and that sounds like Ginindi? That sounds like Ginindi. It appears,
big word.
Those are words that Ginindi would use. Appears, subsequently, those are words that Ginindi would use. And then we are telling us
purported to. Tumelo Madlala's testimony, or is it statement?
It was easily mastered.
Purported
to
a firearm that had a wheel. Purported.
What other firearm that has a wheel?
Purported. After he said it was a 38 special in 2014, and then he turns around to say, but the police officer said they wrote that. They decided to conclude that, while I said it had a wheel, and they said it's a 38.
We are in a different country.
And then about 5 or 6 years later, it turns to purported to with a new statement. And then we're supposed to be like, everyone who was in the house who has testified so far, all of their statements have been amended. Have been done afresh, like Khoza was doing his.
Those who were talking about a bit of revolver,
And
I don't know how Longwe's one was missed.
You would think that the ones that are closer to the incident would have more weight than the ones that were done in 2018. But the court decided to say these ones of 2018 are the ones. In fact, Advocate Baloyi today was using that to object.
The record is full of this, Judge. The record. Whatever record that the record will speak for itself. It is full of discharge. Even when Gomez was referring to it, he said, then you intervene, my lord. Because this judge is just there in that record. I'm sorry, he's playing number 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I don't know, man.
So Mngomezulu asked Mogola what makes you to say he was making admissions. Can you precisely tell the court, because there's nothing hidden now, can you precisely tell the court what did he say, accused number 1? for you to make such a conclusion that it was tantamount to a confession, right? Those were the kind of words that they were using in the trial within a trial. And now we wanted verbatim. What exactly did accused number one say that made you call Brigadier Kininda to say, I have a confession from accused number one with relations to that other case that we are working on? So Mukhola then said, first of all, when the Tembisa South case 217 of 3 of 2019 was assigned to me, there were parts where Brigadier Kininda did mention that Muzisibia may have been involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. Aha! Yaphuma ke manje indaba. The truth now. Bit by bit is coming out. He didn't tell me in detail, she said. But just Friday, she was denying this. So they went to Muzi with the intention of having him as an accused for the 636 case. She was denying it. Denied it in the trial within a trial. And on Friday even, she denied it. But she continued to say that I did mention that I used the opportunity when I was with him to ask him what knowledge does he have in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. His response was that I'm involved. However, I'm not the one who shot because I was outside. That is what made me, Mukhola says, to take it further and inform the lead investigator to say this person is making admissions.
Yebu.
Now we all know in the real world, this fallacy doesn't happen.
That a person can be arrested and then all of a sudden...
In the real world.
Yeah, you asked that person. You started asking that person how you were asking that person. We don't care. We right now, because we have dealt with that part in terms of admissibility of that evidence, you denied everything. Now you are telling the truth. Now do we reverse and say perhaps there's an element of non-credibility? No, it's not gonna happen. The judge is busy saying, we don't care, we want to hear. And if you are not ready to hear it, it's okay, we are ready to hear.
I don't know how many people were annoyed by that.
It is annoying now as you are doing it.
Well, then Mugome Zulu said, can I clarify this? Is the first time that we hear this. That's Brigadier Kininda. He informed you that Muzisibia might be linked. Did he inform you on the day that you executed the warrant or prior to that? And Mukhola said that prior to that, that's why the docket was sent to her. And she was told when she was given the docket. So Mugome Zulu asked, I agree with you when you approached Muzisibia and he made such admissions. It was not new to you. It is something that you were informed prior to approaching Muzi. That is something not new to you. And Mukhola said that's not correct.
Now denying the same things you say.
Brigadier Kininda only informed her that there is information and that he may be involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. What he told me is different from what Brigadier Kininda told me. But Oksalayo, you were told, provided that you were also
How is it different?
In 636.
How is
and
it
here
different?
You are in 217. Ha!
You are arresting the person you're talking about with Kininda.
Ha!
It might be different. It might not be. But who's to say it was the same? Who's to say there was a witch hunt?
Kancane kancane kuyavela, kancane kancane. Everything is coming to light bit by bit. Well, then Gomezulu said, there's evidence before this court by Brigadier Kininda. When I asked him, what evidence do you have before you approached Muzisibia? He told this court that he got a statement from Zungu before these confessions were taken. And Mukhola said, I hear you, but he did not tell me. That's why I am saying he did not tell me in detail. He told me that he may have been involved, but he told me that we've got a statement from Uzungu or other evidence. So this does not change the fact that you knew honest.
However you want to explain it, you were supposed to say I knew. I even knew that the guy could be part of the case. Then next thing I am arresting the guy. You know, you could have. You
At
could have.
least you could have put it like that. Not in that way that you were selling it to us, like
As
you
if
didn't
this
know
is a
anything.
random arrest.
Yeah.
Because now there's a lot of things that you could be protecting. Even the cases this guy was going through. Because whatever now you say, it might make these cases be revisited. Because there are a lot of things that were not right.
Then Mgomezulu said, let me just put it to you so that you will understand and have a better picture. The same Zungu is the Zungu whose statement was disbelieved in 2019. And the same Zungu is the one who gave Brigadier Kininda a statement in 2019. 2020, you're effecting the arrest on accused number 1 on the same statement. It's on record. On the same statement
Everything
of Zungu.
Was a repeat. Everything. You arrested that guy. During that time, you released that guy on the basis that you tried to arrest him for substance abuse.
Yes.
And then the case does not stick, you release him. And then you repeat the same thing. Now, for some weird reason, whatever that was happening in Tembisa, it sticked.
I remember in Zungu testimony where he was saying that he knew that, or he had a suspicion, I don't know how to put it, allegations were thrown at accused number 1 to say that he was a dealer.
Yes, there was even
what?
someone who was there in KZN, I don't know how, connected to this so-called dealer. That
But
was
guess what?
painted.
That was not proved in the other case of Tembisa,
No.
that he was in fact a dealer.
And the owner of those things.
But
But he's in jail.
he got convicted.
He's in jail.
So Gininda did not tell you as part of the investigators. Where did he source that information before you executed that warrant in terms of case 217? I find it strange why he did not disclose that to you. And Mukhola said, my lord, Brigadier Gininda does not account to me. I am the one who is accounting to him. So he does not have an obligation to tell me everything step by step, because I am not his commander, but he is my commander. Mgomezulu then asked him, at the time, Brigadier Gininda, was he a colonel? The time you affected the arrest of accused number 1, and Mukhola said he was a brigadier. Let me not make a mistake. She thought about it again and she said she can't remember.
I realized I could be wrong.
Mgomezulu then asked him, and you might not even know who was the commander of Brigadier Gininda at that time. And Mukhola said, my lord, what I know is that Brigadier Gininda was reporting under the former National Commissioner, General Sithole. Mgomezulu then asked him, did accused number 1 say Marco or Makimbi is the one who shot Senzo? And Mukhola said, while I was with accused number 1, he did not tell me in detail. He said, I know I was not there. I was not the one who shot. The one who shot. Well, she made a mistake when she said, I know I was not the one who was there. And then she quickly corrected herself to say, no, she said I was not the one. He said I was not the one who shot Senzo. I was outside. Mgomezulu then said, according to the confessions that was read before this honorable court by Mboto, is that accused number 1, Sibia, made a confession. And he stated in his confession that he was with Marco Buthelezi and Makimbi Buthelezi during the day Senzo was called. Or was killed, my apologies. And then Mukhola said, according to his confession, that was not made before me, but there was an officer who was requested to take a confession from him. And Mgomezulu asked, this is a statement that was taken by Colonel Mboto, but it is alleged to be a confession. But what is of importance is that the confession or statement of accused number 1 says he was with Makimbi and Marco. One of the two is the one who shot Senzo Meyiwa. And none of those except Marco, who died, Makimbi, is not in the court facing that charge. Do you agree? And then Mukhola said that she does agree, and there's a reason for that, my lord. Mgomezulu said, yeah, I'm getting to that reason. I'll tell you, and you can give me the reason why you are saying that, why they are not here. Can you place it on record why he's not here? And Mukhola said it's because he was misleading them, accused number 1, when he made those utterances to the person who is making the confession.
Imagine.
Further, there's a record from correctional services that the two people were in prison during the time of the murder of Senzo Meyiwa.
The theories that have been out there saying that the change of heart was created when they realized that these people were in jail. And then they said, we're not going there. Allegedly. Obviously, this is a court of public
still with
opinion.
that, I don't think it's alleged anymore if she's saying it. She said it. That's her
Now
testimony.
she's saying it as if it's a tool they use to determine that this man was lying. But if you check when this man was arrested and when the checking of these people happened, I think that you can almost find the truth right there. But then what is fun is they are using a tool to see that this man is misleading them. Yet they are relying on the source of Zungu, who claimed that he saw Nduli in Tembisa while Nduli is in jail. They couldn't use the same stick.
No.
It was correct what was said by Nduli. Even though later on when he's requested to fetch things that he was using to write their statement and commissioned statement, all of a sudden it became just a draft that they couldn't find.
Now they are accusing Muzi of making a false statement. Okay?
A person who voluntarily
Confess.
went there, he lies to them. They say he lied to them.
And after finding
Well, not
out
for
this,
them, allegedly.
after finding out that they were misled, and there's no way we cannot say that they did not find out that they were misled by accused number one. After finding out this information,
Did they have to find out?
I'm gonna assume that they found out that Muzisibia lied. The
One
question
can
now
actually
is,
make an argument of saying that it was done for you guys. This whole cooking was there.
because it doesn't make sense. Number one, why he is there. Number one, shouldn't he have a separate charge or something?
Something like that.
Or a separate case. And then number two is, okay, now you found who you believe are the right culprits, right? And you still force in this confession that you are saying now you were misled. Why did you put that confession in there? It doesn't make sense.
Because the confession that happened first, in my own opinion, was that one of Mose. You know, it happened first. And then later, we needed someone to correct it.
Do you remember Ntuli in the Boxback Magistrate?
Yes, he said these people, they came looking for Buthelezi, and which corroborates the story of Muzi.
Yeah, ne? Yeah. So now we know why they kind of abandoned the Buthelezi theory. Gomezulu then asked him, so you gathered that information, those records after the arrest of accused number one, and Mukula said that's correct. So this information, was it obtained before the arrest of accused number two on the 16th of June, or was it obtained in between? And Mukula said that she's not sure of the date, but she does remember that after Brigadier Gidinda briefed them to say this is what is contained in the confession, because by that time, she was not privy to the confession in affidavit. She says Brigadier Gidinda only told them that they needed to follow up this information based on what accused number one said on the confession. So Mgomezulu said that he has two sworn statements. Both of them were read on record for Brigadier Gidinda. And in the first application on the 23rd of October 2020, he counted 5 months since the 23rd of October 2020. So Brigadier Gidinda is making affidavits under oath and confirmed those affidavits orally in court, and he was satisfied with the contents. That's where he mentioned the 5 accused for the first time. And the judge asked if it was in a trial within a trial. Then he said that he will rule that as hearsay. So if he asked the witness to answer him on that hearsay, then this witness's evidence become admissible in court. Well, Mgomezulu said that he will proceed either way.
Yeah, I mean, they'll find any other way in a book to stop you. But at the end of the day, we need to get it over and done with. And we need to have these things put on record. Because they have been... You know what is outside. There's something outside. And then you are busy. Someone is busy. But you know, actually, there are weapons outside.
Yeah. Well, then, this statement was related to the sixth accused, Ukeli Nontlandla Khumalo. It was commissioned by Umukhola, interestingly enough. And they asked her if she wanted to confirm that, and Mukhola confirmed that she commissioned the two statements. So Mgomezulu then asked her, when you commissioned the statement to the satisfaction of the deponents about the truthfulness of the contents of the statement, you were also an investigating officer in this case. Are you telling me that what is in both statements was not discussed to you with Brigadier Kininda? And Mukhola said that, as I have said, that I'm a part of the investigation team, but I do not know everything because Brigadier Kininda, there are things which he tasks other members. So I won't be in a position to say that this is what I know. I cannot assist the court. I think maybe you can take these questions up with Brigadier
we are tired
Kininda.
of that nonsense, bro.
Same song.
We are tired of that
Same
nonsense.
song. Deflect. Shift responsibility. Take it.
You have your spokesperson, your defender. We don't care about that. We only want what you know. We will deal with that subsequently when it's there.
Gomezulu then said, no, it's fine. I'll ask him if he's coming to testify. Then it's not new to you today that there was a sixth person in terms of the second statement by Brigadier Kininda. It's
Because
not
you
the
commissioned
first.
the statement.
Why is she acting all dilulu? I don't understand.
So you
commissioned
just
the statement.
commission without even reading because it comes from Kininda. Please like the video, guys. Please like the video. Please like the video. Share the video.
Why is
Please,
she
please.
dilulu?
Yes.
Why is she acting like she just looked the other way? But his sign, a Brigadier Kininda was like, commission this for me. And then she put a stamp. When you commission, you don't only sign, you put a stamp as well, right?
It's no longer about the instruction. It's about your work. You are doing your work. So you do your due diligence and then get it over and done with.
Well, then Mukhola said, as I'm mentioning that the contents of the statement, it is only Brigadier Kininda who can account to what he put in the statement. So, Miguel, you just commissioned what a stamp and you signed without reading it a bit or reading it, Nyana.
Very scary.
Mgomezulu then said, I know everyone will shift everything and they cannot account to Brigadier Kininda as the lead investigator, but being the investigator in this case under 636, I'm confident enough to tell this court that the evidence or the investigation that you conducted, all of you in the plural, is far from the truth. I'll put the truth before this court on record so that I'll be able to support it. Mukhola said, my lord, I still say if it's far from the truth, then we wouldn't be here. The people that were reported immediately after the incident, after the shooting of Senzo Meyiwa, is the family of Senzo Meyiwa, which family you did not take any statement or interview them, Mgomezulu said. And Mukhola said, I still push it to Brigadier Kininda to say that according to me, he has never instructed me to go into
So when you investigate based on an instruction, yeah, exactly. That is nothing other than being a lapdog, allegedly. So when you must be given a source to say in your nose, go this way,
go that way.
We are searching for someone smelling like this.
Go do that, but you are an investigator. I'm expecting investigators to investigate and go back to the lead investigator and say, this is what I found.
And I expect a bit of intelligence there.
Yeah, you have to be smart.
You can't just go there without intelligence. I'm not saying that someone is not intelligent, but a bit of intelligence.
Well, Mgomezulu said neither himself told you that he is going to take the statements from the family of Senzo Meyiwa. He did not do that. Even Brigadier Kininda, he did not do it. Mokgola said, "My lord, as I've said, that Brigadier Gilinda does not account to me. If he chooses to do something, he will debrief, he will brief us, and sometimes he will not brief us." Immediately after Senzo was shot, Mgomezulu said there were reports that were made to the Senzo Meyiwa family. It was a report made by KHUMALO to Mandisa Mkhize. Do you know about that? And Mokgola said she doesn't know, and she's the investigator for 636.
So this case of 636, they relied on the fact that if you say someone called you, since Bona they can pull the cell phone records, why didn't they do that to save us time?
From the incident, from the people in the house.
Why didn't they do that?
We don't care about the cell phone
to see if there was a phone call to
2020.
Because that's the thing, they have Kelly's phones.
Yes.
All of those phones, none of those phones pointed Mandis. Did it?
No.
Was there no point where it linked to Mandis? I think it did. Or was it Senzo's phone?
Towers. It was
Senzo's phone?
It was Stain's evidence of the towers where they said one of the accused an SMS or something.
If these cell phones that are pulled have anything but the truth, then we should be able to see that. Why is it difficult to actually see that? Why is it difficult to see that? And
we even explained it to say that they said that they were contacted by the same number. That's what Stain was saying. I can't believe this. Stain said that Mandisa, and I think it was accused number one, were linked by the same number. There's a similar number that sent them a similar kind of SMS, and looked like it was a marketing type of SMS or something like that. And then that is supposed to be a link. And what I'm interested also in finding out is, where is Kelly's phone? Why was it never looked at? Or is it the one that is
it is there, Pelang? It is that one. Yeah, it disappeared. It didn't. We don't know.
Didn't they say she had two phones? Where's the other one?
They only pulled that message that says, "Hey, I don't know. What is it? That is to say, I don't want this. I wish I got rid of this guy." Something like that.
And they pulled it from Zandi's phone. So you are telling me that even with the number, because the phone, as much as it's gone,
if
the number of the phone, you can't go to the network provider and
they were able,
the communication.
No, you don't even need to explain yourself. They came and said, we were able to retrieve the numbers that are linked to these people. Why does it happen when it suits them on that part of the accused, and then it does not happen to people like Kelly, linking all the numbers that you have registered for? Why does it happen? And so that we see also the calls. You made a call to Mandisa. You made, we'll just close this thing very quickly. If there was a bit of transparency when it comes to that.
What about the phone of the deceased? Stain said that he couldn't unlock it.
It's an iPhone.
We found out from the Hawks guy that it can be unlocked. How come this investigation team did not even try to pull perhaps the records, maybe using whatever is
SIM
left?
card.
Something. To pull maybe from the phone of the deceased as well. That's why I'm saying this investigation that Mokgola did and this team, it's not make sure.
It's not make sure. It's not clear, man. It's not a clear-cut investigation. I feel like the investigation was made to make life difficult. Let's like the video, guys. Please, we have 962 people, 447 likes. Please just like the video. And just remind others who haven't, we see you guys when you remind them, Net. We see you. And this is where our moderators have to take their place. Thank you very much for continuing doing that. Remind people to like the video, because that's all you can do.
Well, Mgomezulu said that it was a first report made by Tumelo Madlala to Hlophe, the brother-in-law of Senzo Meyiwa, and Mokgola was asked if she knows anything about that. But Loy stood to object, saying that Mr. Madlala specifically denied that he ever spoke to Mr.
Do you see, this man is standing up to say that because that person debunked that, then it must be taken as the truth.
That was his argument. The judge said that Madlala gave evidence to that effect. He didn't know who shot the deceased Senzo. He didn't even know the conspiracy when he was given evidence. And Mgomezulu said that the evidence was swayed in any way for him to tell lies before this court. That's the reason why I'd be calling Hlophe to come and testify. When I heard this, I said, may the Lord protect and be with Mr. Hlophe. May he be protected from any spirit that may stop him.
Every one of them, even the defense, every one of them.
As I say my little prayer, Mgomezulu said Tumelo Madlala told Mr. Hlophe straight, told him that the boyfriend of Zandi is the one who shot Senzo. And the judge was kind of laughing, kickling in the background, and I don't understand why, but it's funny. What is funny? Then Baloi said, with his bravado voice for the day. I'm sorry, I had to throw it in there. I noticed, I noticed everything. Well, there's no such evidence, he said, Ubaloi. There's no such evidence. You cannot put something that is incorrect to a witness to comment. Is it incorrect? Because it's a one-sided story. There's another side of the story that we haven't heard in the court. So it's not yet determined on whether the information is incorrect or not. And just because you fixed the statement and made another one,
it just edited just around the corner.
You understand? It doesn't mean that it makes it correct. There's still another side of the story that we want to hear. And the judge said, but apparently Mr. Mgomezulu says he's got a sworn statement to the effect. And Mgomezulu said that yes, he's not relying on the evidence of the state. He said, I'm relying on the evidence of the defense. Witnesses that will come to rebut the evidence of the state.
How many times has that man been saying that? That I'm not relying on your evidence, by the way. It's not the only thing that is the truth in this court.
Baloy then said, but he attributing this evidence to Mr. Madlala, if he can perhaps demonstrate in the record where Mr. Tumelo Madlala said that is the way of conducting cross-examination, to say that the witness that is on this record, what is your evidence? And the judge said Hlophe has not given evidence yet. And Baloy said Mr. Madlala didn't say what is being attributed to him. And Mgomezulu came to say, you know what, I'm going to read evidence of Mr. Hlophe, who will tell this court that he received a call from Tumelo Madlala. And I'm saying, I'll repeat it if you want me to say it. I did not say Tumelo said this. I said Mr. Hlophe will come and say this.
The freedom of not being under legal aid is very amazing. One must actually applaud it. Perhaps the wisdom of a former lawyer such as for coming in as pro bono to avoid such a conflict.
Yeah.
It is now being demonstrated now in this court that if you are free from this legal aid thingy, you become a lawyer that is alive. You are rejuvenated.
The client.
There's nothing else that can stop you. You are going to break the doors, open wherever you need to open. You are not afraid. And then comes this legal aid lawyers. I'm hoping that they are ready to also build up to that. It's something that I hope that they do.
They stress me. Well, Mohola said that she understood. Okay. She understood. And a lot was happening considering the fact that Tumelo had denied, had changed the statements and wara. But now we get to hear Mr. Hlophe's side of the story.
Which I don't think it was never going to see the day in court. In my own
Remember
opinion.
how they debunked it when Shololo tried to bring it up? I don't remember how Baloi succeeded in taking it away. But somehow he succeeded in a very dodgy manner that I don't quite remember. But it just was taken out. It was taken out. Or it was taken out by saying that he's not coming to testify. Yes.
And then it became a problem with them saying that are you going to be able to call this person? And you shouldn't fear. You should say yes, even if you're not going to call them.
So having read the statement, what is gathered on that statement shows the person who got, who
Most
shot
people have
Senzo
lied in that
Meyiwa
court in any
on
case.
that evening was Longwe Twala. Now this was the ba-ba-ba-bang to boldly say it, that this allegation that has been going around for many, many years, it being said in court, it was like, okay, it looks like we're going somewhere. Baloy objected, claiming that they have been through this. The only way is for his learned friend to call these witnesses, but the propositions cannot be made to the witness, when Mr. Madlala denied that he ever spoke to Mr. Hlophe.
So that is how they suppress to make their truth the truth. They use that part.
He said one cannot put that proposition as the truth to the witness. Then Gomezulu said, my lord, in reply, I would say that this is contained in the defense's case, not the state's case. That Longwe Twala is the one who shot Senzo Meyiwa. And then the judge said, which witness testified to that? Did you see how when he heard the statement be made that Longwe is the one who shot Senzo? Did you see how the judge jumped? Am I the only one who...
Not only that, not only that. This is where you see people waking up. The smiling and all that disappears.
And then Gomezulu said, I'm going to call that witness. I must put it to this investigating officer, and so that I must place it on record. The judge said, but you are saying it is in the defense's case. And this defense case, which I have listened to for 8 months, there's no allegation like that. I get every time it was supposed to be brought up, it just became cut. Every time they would try to cut.
It's like there's a small voice that says, remember, legal aid is paying you. I'm just joking, guys. Hey, allegedly. I'm just joking.
Well, then Gomezulu said, my lord, I came on record in the trial within a trial. I went to the record during Easter holidays, and what I've gathered is the information that will be sufficient for me to proceed with the main trial. The judge said he doesn't have a problem with that, and Gomezulu said, all that I have, the state might not have. For instance, it's evidence before this court that the witness did not interview the family of Senzo Meyiwa. Moreover, I'm still going to Section 205s that were taken from those people that were in the house. The person who killed Senzo Meyiwa is not here amongst the 5. And Mogola said, according to the evidence, the people who killed Senzo Meyiwa, they are in this court. What evidence? Which evidence?
The one that we have seen that takes them out with the head and DNA. Well,
you did not even reenact the scene. You did not even speak to the people that saw the incident taking place. What evidence?
No evidence. Guys, 1,000 people are watching here. We have 520 people who liked this video. Guys, do you hate us that much? But just do something about the video. Interact. Do something about it.
Well, then Gomezulu said, let me put this to you, ma'am. I'll refer to the evidence that was said prior to the trial. Within a trial, there were witnesses that said there were 3 shots that were fired. I want to place it on record so that when I bring my witnesses, it is placed on record to the investigating officer. You are not an independent witness here. You are an investigating officer. There were 3 shots that were fired in that house. How she acts as if she's just a mere witness.
Yes. While
like
people are going to jail.
That she's an investigating officer. So Mogola then said, as far as I can recall, other witnesses who mentioned in the statements, they said they heard 2 shots. Others said 3. She said she's not sure. Unless if they can draw those statements so that she can be sure. So she wants to look at the statements.
As an investigating officer of this case,
to look at those statements.
Who does not know.
Who did not even bother to look at those statements.
What theory they are pushing.
Of the people whose the incident is closer to home. You didn't even consider looking at their statements. Not only did you go and ask them a couple of questions to get clarity, to investigate, you did not even read their statements. Wow. Wow, I'm perplexed.
Because you were not told by Guinea to read the statements.
Oh,
so most
my
probably
God.
that's an answer.
Then Ngomezulu said, and these 3 shots were not fired from the 9mm, they were fired from a revolver. And those statements that I gave you also confirm a revolver by Brigadier Gininda. Baloy objected to say that these questions can be placed to a ballistic expert.
Oh, what is the ballistic gonna do?
Mangena
Was he ever
talked
there?
about the caliber of
Was
the
he even
firearm.
part of the search, or you just got this thing from the lab? He's gonna talk about the bullet swinging left and right and all that, the marks that it leaves. That's it.
Mangena, I hope all of this is worth it at the end of the day.
Oh, that's all that man is gonna talk about.
He submitted that the question should be reserved for the ballistic expert.
We are talking about the evidence collection. Whether and we're talking to a police here. What kind of a police comes to a scene? There has been shooting, maybe, and then they do not find cartridges. They cannot even make an assumption that this, because they don't even know a revolver. What kind of a police is 18 years of you being part of the scenes and all those
She
things
doesn't
of
even
shooting?
know
You,
what the revolver
you don't know
and
what
the
a revolver
difference
is?
between a revolver and a pistol is. A whole investigator, Mtagaba,
Finish
who's been
me.
in the SAPS for 18 years.
Just
she
finish
said.
me. Just put you on the desk and you do your thing, man.
At meant like,
That sounds like it. Allegedly.
allegedly.
Drawing things also. Onto stones.
But it sounds like she is an admin leg. I mean, I don't get why she's not investigating. She's not showing or demonstrating that skill in the court. It's very, very, very
Maybe
weird.
she cannot put it in words. She knows how to do it. I mean, she managed to get accused number 1, and he saw what looks like a confession.
Admissions were being made.
Admissions were being made, and then he's like, okay, so he's got that skill of making people speak. Then we can give him that, give her that. Whether they are speaking the truth or no, that's a different story.
Well, Mgomezulu said that he disagrees that evidence is part of the cooking of this case. The judge asked, so Mangani also cooked this evidence. And Mgomezulu said Mangani and the rest, they all cooked this evidence.
You know,
He
this
did not
science
start
thing,
her.
it pisses me off. Because people are saying science is correct.
What science?
At what level is it correct?
No, what science?
No. Science could be correct. If I take a gun that shot somewhere and put a bullet here and say, science, show me that this bullet comes from this gun, it is correct. It's going to say, yes, there's this bullet. But is science saying that this bullet is indeed the one that shot Senzo?
No.
That's a different story. That's why I cannot blame Mangani or at this point in time. Maybe tested whatever that was put in front of him. Guns get lost there. Sometimes this one, especially, it was going to be destroyed. And all of a sudden it comes back. It comes back with a big case.
I personally, I was not fulfilled with the evidence of Mangena. I'm waiting.
The same way these people were arrested.
But
Were arrested, and all of a sudden there's confessions as a link with Senzo's case, but they were arrested for other things. The same way this gun came back.
So he said they know who they are protecting. It's a cover-up. Everything is a cover-up here. And Mukhola said, I view that as an insult. When you say we have cooked, we are not that bored to cook and present it before a court of law. That would mean that South Africa is something else.
Well, it is something else, Mukhana.
That's why we are here in this court. In order for the evidence that is here to be tried. It is not for your judgment to say the evidence has been cooked.
It is something else, this country. In a different country, this case will be thrown out. But we are in South Africa. We are entertaining this whole thing. It's a circus. Sometimes I don't believe myself. I need to pinch myself every day to wake up and say, oh, this is the case
Your
actually.
testimony alone is an insult to the work of investigation.
Because somewhere, somehow, you flip-flop.
Yeah, ne? Yeah. Ngomezulu then said Senzo was shot according to the evidence I have when he was separating Longwe and Zandi when they were fighting. Longwe, when he came to Kelly's house, he was drunk and in possession of a 38 special revolver. There were 3 shots fired and 3 people injured. Senzo was shot dead. Longwe shot himself in his ankle and the other was fired on the floor. As a result, Zandi was injured.
That theory supports a revolver because you can mostly shoot yourself a mistake if it's a mistake, if it's a revolver, because apparently it doesn't lock, right?
Oh, it doesn't lock. The wheel, it just...
So if there was ever such a thing, well.
Mogola then said, I don't have knowledge of what counsel is putting to this court. When the defense asked whether the state will call Senzo Meyiwa, the brother of Senzo Meyiwa, as a witness, Baloyi said that his evidence was limited to identification of the deceased. The chances that they wanted to call him are very slim, but won't be calling him since that part has been admitted. So after the tea adjournment, there were questions around the commissioning of a statement that Ngomezulu wanted to use in his cross-examination of Sergeant Mogola. The statement is from docket 375 and appears to have not been properly commissioned. It is said it was commissioned by Lieutenant Colonel, and Jonas was saying that there is no name written there, you know.
Jonas is there for a reason.
Allegedly.
Yes. Oh, but it's there for a reason, to interpret. Let's like the video, guys. That's why we are posing. We are posing so that you like the video. We give you time. We're not leaving you behind. We have 1,000 people, 576 likes. Let us push these likes to 700. Why not 1,000 in any case? Yeah,
well, allegedly. Well, the statement was written by Senzo Meyiwa himself, the brother of Senzo Meyiwa. And yes, Jonas did say that there was nothing there, but Ngomezulu said that it was blurry, you know. You know, it was blurry, and Jonas was saying there's no stamp, and Ngomezulu is saying that it is there, it's blurry.
So Jonas, who's got a better eyesight than Ngomezulu, does not see that.
Well, Ngomezulu said that, like Khoza, a supplementary affidavit will be filed in due course for confirmation of the same colonel who took the statement. It was done with Abu Tumelo Madlala. Why can it not be done here?
It should be done.
Akiri, they allowed it with the state witnesses to make other supplementary affidavits.
Yes.
Well, the judge reminded them that with Khoza, they actually adjourned to file that supplementary statement, and he was asking if they wanted to adjourn. And Ngomezulu looked for that original statement, and Baloyi said that the law says it must be proven since it is from 375.
Baloyi, that voice, that arrangement of voice, my lord. My lord, I think the statement must be proven. I liked it. I liked it. It was clear. It had that vibrato.
It had a vibrato. It was breaking. Yes, from the depths of his soul. The judge wanted the commissioning officer to come and tell the court why he did not include his own name. And Ngomezulu said that on the copy, it was a bit blurry and faded. And then Baloyi said, that is not the end, my learned friends. The end of my learned friends' problems.
I'm afraid, my lord, that is not the end of my learned friends' problems.
As was saying, that's not the end of Ngomezulu's problems. I'm like, what problems?
He's coming with others.
Well, he said he wants to rely on double or triple hearsay. What someone told this witness, whose version he wants to put to the witness, the judge allowed him to read the statement and said that if he finds otherwise, when he writes his judgment, he will be told in the judgment. So Mgomezulu better provide that supplementary affidavit, Mtagabao, and hand it in with a clear name of the kennel who did the statement. Well, all Mgomezulu's assertions came from the statement, okay, and the interpreter read the statement, okay, Jonas read the statement. And Sfiso said that he had submitted 3 statements to 3 different detectives between 2014 and 2018. And we could pretty much estimate that around 2018, 2019 is when this case started taking a turn. So the police officer Mkhize, Ntetwa, and Shibiri. He said that he only remembers telling Ntetwa and Mkhize that Mr. Irvin Khoza told him in 2014 that the story of robbers entering the house and his brother getting shot was not true.
Let us just pause there. This is someone who really has given Sfiso's brother a chance in life in terms of professional football. This is someone who was looked at as a father figure to that man.
Yes. Pretty much.
Why would a normal Sfiso tell lies about this person? That's the first question that I would like to pause. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, why would you lie about what this person told you? The question number 2 is, did they have an encounter when they went to buy? That's what we want to test. When they went to buy that coffin, did they actually meet? You know, that's what we want to know. And in all honest, I'm inclined to believe what Sfiso is saying more than anything else that is debunking. I'm yet to be proven otherwise, obviously. This is my own opinion as an observer outside. It is worrying that someone could just climb the mountain and sit on top of the mountain and make noise, such as a big name that is even making the judges, in my own opinion, shake when it's being called in court.
I was like, I was like, what is going on? And then he said, that is double, triple hearsay. You're using Baloi's terminology.
It's tough. This case is tough. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Well, it was a story given to the media, he said in the statement, but it was not the real story. Now, today, 25th of April 2019, Thursday at 14:33, I called Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi to please come and take my statement, where I'm still saying that on Tuesday, the 28th of October 2014, I was at my sister-in-law's place in Captain Park as I was in Gauteng with my family to prepare for the burial of my brother Senzo Meyiwa. On the same day, the 28th of October 2014, Jonas said that he couldn't see the surname, came to fetch me from the office of the Orlando Pirates Club. Mr. Rufus dropped me inside the premises of the Orlando Pirates, where he took me to the reception area. After a while, Mr. Irvin Khoza came, and myself and Mr. Irvin Khoza and his son, who was driving the car, a Porsche Cayenne, we were in. Mr. Irvin Khoza told me we were going to choose the coffin. The car drove. We reached the funeral parlor. B3 is the name of the funeral parlor. And upon arrival at B3, the coffin was chosen at the funeral parlor. My sister-in-law, Mandisa Mkhize, was also there when the coffin was chosen. And I would like to state that Mr. Irvin Khoza told me that Senzo Meyiwa, my brother, was not shot by robbers. These were the actual words of Mr. Irvin Khoza. Senzo Mfana was not shot by the people who entered the house. Robbers or intruders. These were the actual words of Mr. Ivan Khoza. There was no intruders. Senzo Meyiwa was shot by mistake as there was a fight between Zandi and her boyfriend. I want this matter to be investigated as to who told Mr. Ivan Khoza this, as to what happened in the house when my brother was killed." End quote. So Baloyi stood to object, saying that Mr. Khoza has submitted a statement that refutes these allegations. That statement was disclosed to the defense.
So is that it?
"I think it's improper for my friend," he said, "to put a version here before court that he knows has been refuted by the person
Has it been
to
proved?
whom it is being attributed."
Has it been proved, as usually? I mean, you like proving things. Have you called Mr. Ivan Khoza on the stand?
Now he'll have to call him to come and rebut it on.
Yes.
Understand.
That's his way. That's his sword.
But to me, I
Live
got
by
a
sword.
sense that this was never going to come out.
No, you said it. I think you said it. He was never. No, he said he was never gonna call the person. You know, it's a difficult situation. If you ask me, it's a very chilling situation. We're at that point. The more you sit on these things and don't say them, I think the more your life becomes difficult. You might as well just put it out there.
Put it out there. Just free yourself. Tell your truth.
But I think that's why at some point Diff was running like a maniac. Just on the speaker, saying whatever that needs to be said.
Right.
We are in a difficult situation, obviously. It's a very difficult situation.
Hopefully things will change. Hopefully. Well, then, he said, "I think this is unfair, Advocate Baloyi." But then Mgomezulu said, "I had a discussion with Mr. Baloyi and asked him about the outstanding witnesses so that we can properly prepare. There are certain witnesses that were given to them by Mr. Baloyi, but he did not mention Dr. Ivan Khoza amongst the witnesses he intends to call." He said that I was told that he intends to call General Lishabani, from whom we did not get to have on the stand in the trial within a trial. I was told that he's going to call Gwabeni, Mr. Mangena, but he never mentioned Dr. Khoza. Judge reminded Mgomezulu that Baloyi said he has a statement from him rebuting all his evidence. And Mgomezulu said that Mr. Ivan Khoza enjoys no privileges not to come here and testify and refute this on record. And the judge said, yeah. And the judge said that Jonas interpreted, he was now taking out his frustrations on the accused because they wanted Jonas to interpret what that statement was.
He started lying because that was a lie. Jonas read that statement as it is. It has Zulu, a bit of Zulu in it.
And he said
it was never interpreted.
He said that it was interpreted at Zulu.
The whole of South Africa is Zulu.
That's funny. The things that happened in that court. Now I laugh, guys. If you find offense in me laughing, I am sorry.
Oh, must laugh, otherwise you're gonna fall.
I'm going to have my blood pressure high if I don't laugh at these things.
Please like the video. This is not a laughing matter. Please like the video.
It's not a laughing matter.
Share the video.
But I need to release the stress.
This
and I release it by laughing.
Liking the video is not a laughing matter. Your emotions, we understand them. Like the video, share the video, subscribe.
Well, then Gomezulu said that on accused number one's confession, it is still part of the evidence that you did not regard what he told you after you investigated that it was not true. Why did you bring that confession in this court knowing that it was misleading? And then Mohola said, "My lord, a certain portion of the confession is the truth."
Because he said it was there. So that's the
Zulu
truth.
Mgomezulu then said, meaning that the court has to be selective from what is contained in the statement. We have to pick and choose what this court must consider. And Mohola said the important thing is that he admitted that he was involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa.
Hey man. So who he was involved with, if he tells you there was an angel from heaven that is immaterial.
Now this makes me, in my opinion, believe the theory of torture. I've heard that people, when you reach a certain level of being tortured, you will even lie just so they stop.
But it's not only lying, Emil, I would say that. There was a theory that, in my opinion, was given.
Okay.
That you needed to say in your confession. Because that the issue of Buthelezi and whatnot, it wouldn't have just
it
came
is there because
like that. Yes.
What makes me believe it is because accused number 5 in the Boxback court was like, this man said that he was looking for Buthelezi when he came at Kalagabusha, the prison. So that makes me believe the Buthelezi theory, that it was an initial theory to say that these Nkabis or alleged Nkabis are the ones who are involved.
Oh yes, it's alleged. Your public opinion here, we are not privy to the information, and we are saying this on record. Oh, so God help me. We do not have any.
It's alleged.
It's alleged. We are just using what everyone is watching.
Well, then Gomezulu said, according to that statement, it says Marco is the one who shot Senzo. And Mukhola said, I'm not the one who took a decision for the suspect to be arraigned.
In fact, even the issue of Buthelezi's surname being, if you remember some of the confessions, it was corrected now and then, somewhere, somehow, you know. So Buthelezi is not
Especially
new, even from their statements,
Yes, there was a lot of corrections with regards to this Buthelezi.
So Buthelezi is not something new that comes with this witness.
Well, then she said the NPA took a decision because they saw that there was a prima facie evidence as to how the things were twisted. She could not comment. The judge is the one who will take a decision.
What does it mean
at the end
twisted?
of this court case.
Twisted by who?
Accuse Mgomezulu of twisting things.
Twister is twisting.
And when she says the NPA, specifically, Balo is also there somehow because he's the state prosecutor and he knew of 375. And still, somehow, in this court on this trial, we are faced with 636. Yabo? So Mgomezulu then received permission from Ramasipili to ask about the confession of accused number 2. It's also about the person who shot Senzo Meyiwa. He asked, is it correct that according to the confession, accused number 3 is the one who shot Senzo? And Mukhola said that according to her knowledge, he did not say that it is Mtobisi Mncube. This is what I'm putting to you, Mgomezulu said, because according to the statement, he said that he entered the house, Mr. Mncube. So there is another person who shot Senzo either than Marco Buthelezi. Do you agree that these two statements are contradicting evidence about the person who shot Senzo Meyiwa? And Mukhola said that she mentioned that accused number 1 misled them. And Mgomezulu said, who charged accused number 1? Mukhola said that she's not sure. She will have to check the statements. And if accused number 1 says he was charged by Kininda in your presence on the 23rd of July 2020,
what would you say?
Will you deny that? And Mukhola said that she will deny it. The documents to prove that he was charged on the 23rd of July 2020 bears his fingerprints and the date and his signature. And he requested documents to be produced during the trial within a trial. And Mukhola said it is incorrect that he was charged in July. I was not there when he said he was charged. What I know is that he was arrested on the 26th of October 2020 and he appeared in court on the 27th of October 2020. If he was charged in July, he would have appeared in court on the 2 days after or within 24 hours for this matter. So if they were all charged on the 26th, one would say, what were they there for in custody? Especially accused number 2, since the cases that were placed on him, including the ammunition one, was thrown out of court. One would ask such questions. Because now you have admitted to the date of the 26th of October that is when you officially charged all the accused. Then one would say, from May,
everything
from
is swept
June.
under the carpet. Once it's
Why-
passed on,
why
after
were they
arguing
held?
it, the judge does not revisit it. In my opinion, it just disappeared. It's like, oh, it's a normal thing for it to happen like that. It's okay.
So after consulting with accused number 1, Mgomezulu asked Mukhola if she was in possession of the warning statement, and Mukhola said she will check, and she was really struggling to find it. Baloyi said that it was in the docket. The judge was upset, accusing them of wasting time since all the defense have the copy. Why don't they give her the copy though so that she can read from it? The warning statement was taken on the 23rd of July 2020, signed by accused number 1, and Mukhola said that there were no fingerprints on the document. Asked if she will dispute that accused number 1, when he says that the day they charged him was the 23rd of July 2020 at Vosloorus police station, Mukhola said that the document is a warning statement regarding the interview with the suspect. It does happen that before you arrest the suspect, you interview him and then file this to the docket with every to the evidence and present it to the NPA. So the statement is a SAP 3M. It's the one that she says stays at CAC. It's not part of the docket. That's what she's saying. They made accused number 1 sign, while accused number 1 is saying that they actually charged him on July the 23rd, the 7th of July. So accused number 1 said that when he was testifying the trial within a trial, he requested a document that bear his fingerprints when he was charged. Because the day he was charged, they took his fingerprints and that document was not brought to court. Mukhola said that it's a SAP 76, and she said that it is not found in the docket. It's also found in the CSC. She said that if Mgomezulu requests, she can bring it, and she will bring it. She's been bringing it. Has she been bringing it?
She's been.
Since the trial within a trial,
They know
accused
what this
number
guy was
1
asking for.
has been asking for that document with all of his fingerprints to confirm on whether it was from the July or it was from October. Just for that confirmation, it's been coming, so we will wait. Mukhola said that a 9mm was used to kill Senzo Meyiwa. She denied the 38 special revolver. She said that she has 18 years experience in the police force. However, she will not give evidence to the difference between a revolver and a 38 special. Asked if she has seen a firearm that has a wheel in the middle, Baloyi said that the ballistic expert is the person who will come and testify on that. Those questions can be put to the expert.
Let me expect now. That person was not there. That person is just here to tell you about the gun, what the gun does, what it did, which one. This is where the problem is.
Kanti, where is the ballistic expert that was on the scene? That was there on the 27th of October. Why wasn't there no ballistic expert sent there to go and investigate?
You come with this ballistic, what, ballistic, what? We are asking simple questions. Do you know the difference? Yes or no? I do not know, my lord. That's okay.
Well, on one of the statements, the witness said that the suspect was carrying a firearm purporting to be a revolver. The statement was commissioned by Mukhola and written by Brigadier Kininda. The judge said purporting means that there is no certainty.
Oh, well, Judge, do we have other guns that have a wheel? Thank you very much. Once you are done telling me that, then
are there any other firearms with wheels?
Yes, so that
except
we can
for revolvers.
so that we can justify purporting.
Mr. Mangena and Mtetwa confirmed that there were no cartridges at the crime scene. A revolver does not discard cartridges. They remain in the wheel. Mukhola said that there are other witnesses who took further statements to say that they did not say it's a revolver. She said, I have no knowledge of firearms. They mean that they retracted and amended statements of Mtogo and Tumelo. She said that the statements were obtained before they were assigned to the investigation. So she's saying Tumelo and Mtogo changed their statements before she was assigned to the investigations. Catch that.
She's an important one, eh?
Mgomezulu
She's
said,
important when she wants to be important. She's not when she doesn't want to.
Mgomezulu said even the statement of Longwe Twala, he mentioned a revolver with the statement, and Mokola said Mgomezulu should put that to the ballistic expert who went there to investigate the crime
But
scene
what does it
and put together the crime scene.
What does that change? You are being asked about the statement, not tell us how it shoots, if there's wind and whatnot.
I like what Mgomezulu did. Mgomezulu reminded her that she is an investigator. Her duty is to gather evidence. Mgomezulu said that he's putting it to her that now, as per my instruction, and as I have gathered from the statement of these witnesses, that the firearm that killed Senzo Meyiwa was not a 9mm, it was a revolver special. Asked if she read the statement of Nompilo Sangweni, a statement made under 636. It was commissioned by Mthethwa on the 10th of January at 11 o'clock, 2300 hours, 2019. Nompilo Sangweni, a healer who KHUMALO allegedly consulted. Remember how there were allegations that there were a Sangoma that was beaten up?
I remember
in the
those
documentary.
Yeah, I remember those allegations that someone's beaten.
I am not saying it's her, but I'm wondering if it's not.
Yeah, you cannot help to wonder. I mean, how many Zangomas do we have in this case now?
The court interpreter read the statement and it said, I am the person who's helping people with problems, different sicknesses, and I undergo the training to be a Sangoma. So I took the keys, walked out with them to the house that I used to communicate with God and my ancestors. Okay, this is the statement that was written from Mthethwa. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance.
It was translated by Mthethwa. Please like the video while we apologize in advance. Like the video. I'll keep on reminding you that.
But I tried my best to put it together in super English. Well, then it said, I then lit the candles. I first talked to Kaylee, telling her what happened to her is very painful, but hence she must trust God. She said that she was even thinking of ending her life. I told her that she must not do that. Her kids still need her. She then told me that she left the police still busy with their work. So already this is telling you that it was on that night of the 26th of October.
Or around, closer to that night.
It was around.
Second day, third day, I don't know. Yeah, but
if the police are still busy, it means it was around the time after the incident. And also, when she says that she lit the candle, it's a consultation. How she works, it means she works with a candle before she sits down and offers that consultation. She lights a candle so that her spirit can work. So she's further on said that she won't stay with me for a long time. Okay, she then told me that she still busy with the police were still busy with their work and she won't stay with me for a long time. They need to go back and attend to the police. Then they left. Few minutes after they left, she said that she heard a voice of a female calling her daughters, saying Togo. She peeped through the door and she noticed that it was Miss Mtimunye, Busisiwe's mother. Now, I don't know who these people are. She said that the police were looking for Kelly, and I said that they just left. Before Kelly left, she told me that the criminals got inside the house and pretended as if they wanted her cell phone. But she was surprised because they didn't take the phone. They only killed Senzo. She found her phone next to the door after they left.
When was the statement made?
2019.
Was it after or before bitterization?
After, because the bitterization.
I'm not saying she was the one who was beaten.
No.
Because this statement has an element of what sounds like a theory that was in process, or the cooking, as Mgomezulu would put it. I don't know if you.
And I wouldn't blame her if.
No. I'm not talking.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm saying it just has an element of being told.
It further says that on December a month after the funeral, Kelly came to me after the funeral and she said nothing is going right for her and she's having spirits, and she told me that I was the one that can help her. I told her I must pray and talk to my ancestors and to check what was the problem. Before I helped, I prayed and told her what I saw in my spirit. And she was supposed to do a ceremony after losing her boyfriend, and other things should follow after that. And I told her without the cleansing ceremony, there was nothing to be done by me. She then left. So she was insisting that Kelly does a cleansing ceremony. And then mid-December, she said she is ready to do the ceremony. She told me that even if she's performing at the stage, she feels that something was not right. I told her that I cannot do that while her mother was in KZN for Christmas. She then promised to notify me when her mother comes back. So it looks like this ceremony also needed Kelly's mother's approval or blessing. I don't know. In 2015 January, she came. In 2015,
it was
she
bad.
came and said her mom is back. 2015 January, she came and said her mom is back and wanted to commence with the cleansing. Kelly came back and I followed the process of cleansing her according to the way I was trained. Before Kelly's cleansing ceremony, but after, she was approached by me. Longwe and Zandi were also there. I shouted at Kelly's mother asking her why Longwe was there as he had his own family. She said she thought of me.
You see what I'm saying? This statement has an element of editorization, or after the incident, after this
What
whole
happened to the
alleged
one from
incident.
2014
Yeah,
that
the
Mzilikazi was
original,
talking
the
about?
raw one.
The raw one that Mzilikazi is talking about in the documentary. We want that
leaves a
one.
lot to be desired. You know, Sangoma was just embedded. Okay, you still have to be there. But yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't give the same energy of rawness. You know, I would assume that one was telling, hey, he said 1, 2, 3. But the theory here is just, you know, like Longwe has his family. But he's also coming as a person of his family. So the ancestors are there. It's not the KHUMALO ancestors. It's not like when you hold the ancestors of the KHUMALOs. No, he's coming now on his behalf.
He's also a client.
Yes, a different client. Wants cleansing also. You know, that's maybe, I'm just saying, allegedly. Obviously, we don't know.
Well, she said she thought of me and that there's nobody to help her except me.
And the mother is the one who thought of that. The mother of Kelly. Wow.
Actually, she said she thought of me and that there's nobody to help her except him. Him meaning Longwe. She was not taking her serious. She was laughing. Who was laughing? That's where I got lost, guys.
I think the mother was laughing.
Oh, she was not taking
Like,
the healer seriously.
Sizumkhwenyana. Eyusise bakithi awuzosizoba nje kodwa bakithi wena kuphela nje nkosami isangoma esisaziyo la esishaya nje umhlahlo ke alright la.
Allegedly. That's how I think it could have happened.
I'm imagining it.
I'm also imagining it. I like
She said
picking
that
out things.
I prayed for them. I went to Longwe and I told him he had a shadow of a dead person, a male, dark in complexion, in a white cloth. I told him.
White cloth.
White cloth.
Hey,
White
we are
t-shirt.
born, hello, mama. Hey, we are born.
Ayasha.
Yazi ubona ukudlula umkhola. Because umkhola phela ubele document in front of her. She couldn't.
What was the deceased wearing?
She couldn't. Nasi sangoma siyibeka khona ngqo. Sithi mhlophe.
What was the deceased wearing?
You know?
She couldn't answer.
I was very clear.
A whole investigator. Oh my God. Yo. Well, she said he even saw. He even agreed.
Let us just not move that much fast here.
The white cloth.
There's something that we need to explain here. You know, in our cultures, we believe. There's this belief. That's why when Nkabis have done the hit on you, they always go and do the cleansing. Because they believe the spirit of that person remains with the person that killed that person. I'm just saying. So, uyabona nje ijaji being jumpy, it's okay, we understand. We must say that we understand. The judge is not experienced to that. I mean, he's learned, this man, he believes in physics. But it's there. I'm happy Mgomezulu quoted some of the courts that are using that. It is funny how he was just using that as skip this, skip that. No, this Sangoma has seen things that she couldn't see, she couldn't talk about because she was not there. He talks now about this white cloth, he talks about the person, he explains the person. Who's a shade of a person doesn't just generally become a shade over you. You know, it's that's what we believe as these people of Africa. Yeah, he just doesn't follow you nje. For ukuthi nje umbonile ewa eduze kwakho waquleka then bese yakfollow. Akwenzeki njalo, but they follow you if you took their life. That's what they say. I've shot me Namna grew up. They were saying that. That's like the
That's the belief.
I've explained this thing, you know. I think in America I understand
culture.
it, and hence then the judge is gonna just, you know, this thing doesn't have an experience on that. No judge
doesn't believe in natural science.
You know, let's throw these laws out, start afresh because hey,
what I like to call African chemistry and African spirituality. Well, also when it comes to the cleansing of KHUMALO, I've always wondered about it myself. Ever since I've heard the allegations, because from what I know in the African culture that I come from or that I have heard of, they say you shouldn't go to the funeral of a boyfriend
because you stick.
Yes.
Also namathela jobe namathela usenzo nje yabo.
Yes.
Ekuthiwa wayema namathele umama lethu mangidima Longwe. Yes.
They're saying
that's
that
why
if you were in a relationship with a man who didn't marry you, you shouldn't attend their funeral because what will happen is you will follow them, right? And usually that requires a cleansing.
They will follow you.
They will follow you.
Yes.
But it also, to what I've heard, they say it leads to death. So that's why so many people go for the cleansing.
No, not exactly. I think they expect that the judge has dismissed was going to explain it if he knows, because I mean other aspects don't know. What happens is that you struggle to get a man if you are a woman, because there is a woman spiritually that is occupying that space. It's like that issue of being a Sangoma and then bomkhulu bangene kumuntu wesimame yabona. It becomes difficult to date this gender now because
like you are in a
labo
relationship with
mkhulu
a
they are
man.
jealous with you. That's how it is. So it becomes that issue of you are not gonna be able to date again because every man you date, this man is fighting, can even kill them if he has that power. That's how it is. That is how it is believed. So you need a bit of cleansing from that man. But in this case, we are not talking about a mere girlfriend in J. We're talking a mother of a Senzo's child.
Yes.
That's a different situation.
How
You
is
might
it
not
different?
go direct there, but you could be there on the neighbors. You know, just ufelehetsa ngwana. Wabona gore say goodbye to his father. But that's how we do it in a form of African way. I mean, you don't distance yourself that much, but you don't become part of that. You don't get into those yards because they are doing the rituals and other things. Abantu bakhona, and at that time, but you could be there and be accommodated by a neighbor there, who's not related to that person. Yeah, well, that's basically how things are. I think they were supposed to happen, but unfortunately.
All right. So what could have mandated the cleansing in Kelly's case?
Well, when you are a group of people and you go, I'm not saying that, I'm just explaining the situation.
Okay.
One person goes and shoot, but you were a group of people that were actually part of this. So there are these nyangas that are capable of reversing that and bringing it twice to you. Everyone who was in Kahoot, he suffers. That person goes and attack all of you spiritually. And then most people, they would die the same way that person died. Or through the same weapon.
That could explain why there's these constant attacks coming from Lorraine and her sister to say that,
the mother was a witch. Maybe. But there are people who are capable of doing that. I've seen quite few. I'm not going
I've also seen
testify from the bar.
I've literally seen where a person just passed on in their grave on the day of the funeral. The family has called on an inyanga to do the things, especially if they passed on in a very violent manner and the person they feel has not been held accountable, or the person decided to do it in a secret way. And then I've seen such a funeral before where any nyaga was busy doing the things.
Hey, there's even this one. Hey, my daughter. You see, this nyanga, Baba, he walks naked when he's doing that thing, Baba. Baba. I'm talking about we are burying someone's body here. This man is walking naked. If they kill that person, I Baba shown. Hey. So
that's why some of the Ngabis also do cleansing.
Yes, it is to take that spirit, bury it there, let it follow that direction. When they cleanse you, they will tell you don't look back. Some there are different ways of cleansing. So you are living yourself in that image there, and then you are going where you are living your life. When that thing comes, it will attack the wrong person. It's a game of spirits. We are duplicating yourself, that metric things. You're living yourself there.
And the danger with the family that has done it is that it has a possibility of the spirit even coming back.
Yes.
To the family. It's a whole world.
Yes.
It's a war zone of spirits.
After people have done that, so in a simple term, what happens is that they give you, the dead person, a weapon when they are doing that and say, go retaliate to those who did this to you. We don't know them. Go and retaliate. And then when you go with this weapon, that means now we are not part of their ancestors as yet. We are not part of the group.
Yes.
That is taking the big decisions in this home. That we are outside when now you are retaliating. If they use a knife to you, you are taking them out.
Yes.
A knife. Taverns everywhere. Once you are done, they need to go and cleanse you again and say, Mfwetu, siyakuphuca-ke manje lesi sikhali. We are taking this weapon that we gave you. We are taking it away. Go now and be with the family.
And then some families forget to do that.
And some families now forget to do that. And then this person, we have fought at some point, fighting about something, maybe that the mother bought. This person is going to come and attack you. Can't now, when Abela, we are not that enemy.
No.
This is everything that he has fought with before as an enemy. So that's how it is done. But again, We are not here to teach that part.
No,
I agree,
no,
I agree,
we're
we're not
just giving
testifying.
you a picture.
We're giving you a picture.
And we're trying to understand why Kelly would cleanse. That's all.
We're just trying to understand.
Yes.
We are there.
Yes.
So we will explain some of these things. Yes, this is how it's done in South Africa. You can tell us how it's done in your country.
Yes.
But most people who do these things, who are really good with these things, that I've seen, it's Mozambican. Yes, Nyangas from Mozambicans, they are really strong when it comes to that thing. That's what I've seen. Retaliation part, they killed that part. So
Mozambique.
yes.
Mozambique.
So yeah, that's basically it. We're not here about Nyangas. Now
Let me move on. He says, I told him what I saw. He even agreed that a dead person is even strangling him. He doesn't sleep at night. I asked him who was the person, and he didn't tell me. I told him to stand to steam so that we chase the dark shadow away. Same day, she says she prepared water for him and he started to steam the same day. He even mentioned that his father is always shouting at him for no reason. His friends don't need him next to them anymore. He came twice for the treatment. On the third time, he told me that he does not have transport. His brother was using his car. She says she didn't charge him because he was complaining that he didn't have money. Even when he worked, he wouldn't see where the money went. She said that she prayed for his purse, meaning he wanted to say wallet. Well, his next appointment was supposed to be on the week of the 15th, but he didn't tell me exactly which date. But he is still under treatment. Baloyi wanted the relevant and said it's speculative. He wanted the relevance of the evidence and said that it's speculative. And Mgomezulu said that he's surprised as the statement comes from 636. So the state will call Veiws Mkhize as a witness, bringing him as an expert with relation to the cleansing of a person. And the state called Robert Lion Zwane, remember, to testify about Ukholela. That's what the argument that Mgomezulu was putting forth, that the state is the one that introduced this whole spiritual what. So Mgomezulu said that it's a natural science, and the judge says that the court is not equipped to deal with evidence that deals with people being haunted by spirits. Well, then
you should have said that when that Zwane came, when they were making the point about Zwane. It was good because it suited the defense, the state.
Yes.
Because now these people look like criminals who went through cleansing and all that. Now they are debunking that. Now you are telling us you don't. It's on record, Mus. It's on record, Judge. You took it. You took it. You were even in that. Hey, how old are you? How old are you? Hello? How old are you? That's what you were doing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Should we remind you that?
We must remind him because he forgets these crucial parts that you do on the left as you do on the right.
Hey man, this man. So he wants all that is good for the state. Nothing for the defense.
Well, then Mgomezulu said he would look at the Witchcraft Act of Zimbabwe because I think the one for South Africa was abolished. I'm not sure. He said he will check.
I guess they said when they came here that they took it. In fact, they used it allegedly, and then they said no more.
Yes.
The spirit thing must stop.
It must stop.
Because
that's a story for another day.
It's a story for another day.
But that's what they did.
But in the history, in those books, if you read them, you hear that they consulted with some of the big nyangas that we had here, by the way. And then they why did they consult? The very same people that took everything. And they said, after that, they said, no. Hey, if you're found using this,
Muti. You're going to be sent to jail. And that's why other Sangomas now started disguising as prophets now in the church and whatever they were trying to hide because of this Witchcraft Act.
We remember it. Some of us, we do familiarize ourselves with these things.
Hi. This after the state again indicated that it did not plan to call Kelly Khumalo. So Tulani Mgomezulu said that he plans to subpoena Kelly Khumalo to appear in court.
We want you there.
And he also indicated that he plans to subpoena Longwe Twala's father, Chicco Twala. Okay? And the state said that Chicco is on their witness list. So after the long adjournment, Mukhola was referred to a statement by Longwe Twala, and Balwe said that he has shown Mgomezulu the statement that refutes Senzo Meyiwa's statement, that rebutting statement by Dr. Irvin Khoza. Advocate Balwe said that he showed it to Mgomezulu.
Oh, no, we want physical.
Must come and testify.
Yes, like anybody else.
Sure.
And that is to demonstrate that the law is really touching everyone. Yes, the mighty law that you guys call it.
Yes.
It's a mighty law.
Then Longwe's statement read, suddenly at plus minus 2000 hours on 2014, 26th of October, two unknown boys came into the house. I heard a voice saying, place your phone and money. I then approached one of the boys. I grabbed him and pushed him. He was armed with a revolver 38 special. I then ran out to look for help. Mgomezulu then asked, Stephen Longwe in the statement mentioned a 38 special revolver. I was like, this is music to my ears. What? Longwe Twala also mentioned a revolver.
You see, that one is difficult to come. That one of Twala, I don't think is going to come. Or if he comes, he's going to come with an additional statement. Because, that statement is a trigger-happy statement. That one.
Maybe they could possibly be working on it.
How do you explain the situation that there were people outside now in this new theory, in these new findings that, actually there were two people outside?
Yeah.
So now you have to explain your way.
Pushed this one with the firearm inside the house.
It's a very difficult one.
And you ran outside with how many who were guarding, not forgetting accused number 5 in a car somewhere.
Hey.
You need to come and explain that.
Oh, hey, that one is not coming. Yeah, well, it's not fit to be in court, allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, the judge said, is that the Longwe who was supposed to have shot the deceased? The judge wanted to know.
No, you want to try. No, he was. What do you think he was doing? What do you think he was doing?
What he does.
Hey, now he's trying to put that theory. Good. Now you believe that part. Hey, info. The same. You see how the hypocrisy in this chat. This witness is testifying that this person lied on the statement, but we took it because the portion is true. Now, this judge is not saying anything about that. No, because this one should go to jail.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the same logic is applied to Long. Oh, is this the same Long? Is this the same Long? Yeah? Is this the same Long that ran out? Yeah? You're highlighting that now. You want us to hear that he ran out. How are you going to explain the two defenders outside then?
Yes.
How are you going to explain that part? How are you going to say, okay, he ran out again? Let's say we take your theory. Okay, what about people who were outside?
What about the people that were outside?
You know?
Yeah,
so
I'm very interested.
You don't rush things that are going to trouble you eventually. So, also, we are just highlighting things here. Normal people, not lawyers or anything. We are just highlighting. You accept the fact that Mukhola is saying that this person confessed and he lied. But they took it because there was a bit of truth. Now, what is wrong with Mgomezulu doing that? You are busy saying snippets.
It's a snippet?
Oh, we see.
Now it's a snippet.
Sagbona. We are watching.
Well, Mukhola said that she's not the author of the statement, nor did she obtain the statement from this witness. So Mgomezulu went to Tumelo Madlala's statement. And just before the statement could be read, Mgomezulu said that he had pressure in his eye. The statement read, I indicated to the police officer who was taking my statement that a firearm which the suspect was carrying was a firearm with a wheel in the middle. I did not say that the firearm was a 38 special. I think the police officer, with his knowledge of firearms, made conclusions that the firearm he was referring to in my explanation was a .38 special. So yes, the last time I checked, the pistol doesn't have a wheel. And I'm also noticing how this change was very crucial. As much as when Tumelo did it, I was upset. It's a crucial, but at least he left something, the wheel. Tanko.
Iwili. Isondo.
Well, Mukhola said that that is not her statement and she did not obtain such a statement from the witness. So this statement, Tumelo, was describing the type of firearm those people was
Same
in
as the
possession of.
statement that you diagnosed as lies. You did not take that statement, right?
Yes. The police officer that he was narrating to is the one who concluded that it was a 38 special. And Mukhola said that she could not comment because it is not her statement. Mgomezulu asked for the matter to stand down. His eyes had a problem and the judge offered the eye drops to him, but the judge jokingly said that what else does he want because he's also a doctor, because I think he's catching all the jokes. To
I'm
say
glad
that
you are finding
he's an
these
expert
jokes.
in everything.
I'm taking everything that this judge says serious.
Well, then Sibanda offered his drops to him. Do you guys remember Sibanda? Yes, that one who sits next to Advocate Baloyi. He offered his eye drops to Mgomezulu. And the judge said he must go outside to put it on. And he did go outside. And when he came back, he seemed a bit better. But the judge was kind of throwing shade while he was outside to say that he should go and see an optometrist because he said he's in pain. Okay, so it might be good advice, but some of the things, it's better you say it to the person, not in their absence. You know what I'm saying? So when he came back...
That's how normally cowards move.
When he came back, he said the pain was subsiding, Mgomezulu, and then he continued with his cross-examination, and he said, I'm going to prove that the firearm was used was a 38 special, and it did not leave cartridges on the floor and when the shots were fired. Mukhola said that according to her knowledge, there would be instances where Brigadier Kininda would brief her and many other documents would be brought under her attention. But what she knows is that it's not a 38 special. It's a 9mm according to the ballistic expert.
Now we are using a ballistic expert as this focus goal. Ballistic expert did not take the gun. It was submitted.
Yes.
That's it.
To match.
That's it.
With
It can be any gun.
bullet and the
It can be any gun.
just to do michi-machi. Yeah.
As simple as that. It could
So-
be any gun.
Before the inception of this trial, did you interview the state witnesses, including the officer who attended to the scene on the 26th of October 2014? Mgomezulu was referring to Sergeant Muthetwa and Matebula. Mukhola said that she has never interviewed them. Yane. As the investigating officer, they asked her, what was your role? And Mukhola said that she has led evidence on her role in this matter. So her evidence is only arresting accused number 1. With no evidence. With no evidence. No evidence. Zero evidence.
What evidence are you talking
And
about?
then the accused
How
number
come the
1
guys are arrested?
purported to a confession.
How come the guys arrested?
Arrested for?
For what
We
you
are talking about it's the 636.
No, but I you're saying no evidence. You must not take snippets.
Oh.
I got they arrested the guy for the other ones.
But we are not there for the other case. We are here for 636.
I feel these cases you cannot leave them. You cannot take these other ones and leave there. You can't.
You
They are
cannot.
sisters and brothers. They were born because, if you get me, I'm not good in English. They were born because though. Yeah. So, yeah.
So a statement was made in the house and he finalized it at the police station Mthethwa. He gave evidence related to the crime scene, and the second statement was also made by Mthethwa again. When he attended the scene, he told the court that there was a lady, him and 2 other students. They attended the scene. Upon the arrival, they saw a lady. The lady told them that they went to the direction of the park, meaning the intruders or the so-called intruders. Mogola said that there's a role that she has played with regard to this matter as the investigating officer of this case, and there are things that she knows, there are things that she doesn't know because they were not brought to her attention. So when Mthethwa arrived, Mngomezulu continued, they found Themba Khumalo, who is the brother of Khumalo. They found that man who actually opened for them to enter the house, and when they entered the house, they found a crutch and a hat on the floor. Mogola said that she wanted to be referred to a statement so she can refresh her memory. There's a lot of volumes on this case, she said. So she cannot comment as Mngomezulu does not put things that are proper in case there is somewhere
that's why you were
where
teaching
he has
him
twisted.
how to put it. Put it to me. Put it.
Mngomezulu said that I am a court official. I have no reason to misdirect the court. I have a fiduciary duty. Legal jargon. That is an insult to a lawyer to say that they're twisting things. Well, then Baloyi objected to say that the witness have testified and he wanted to limit Mngomezulu literally to the portions of the evidence and not on the basis of a statement that might have been qualified.
We don't care
in
about
places.
you.
So Mngomezulu said that they are looking for the statement of Mthethwa, and the judge asked Mngomezulu where he was going, and Mngomezulu said that he is going to demonstrate that there were no cartridges or any projectiles that were found on the first visit. That it was planted. Yes, that part again. Mngomezulu revisited it. Mngomezulu said, did you undertake a reconstruction of the crime scene? And Mogola said no. She said she's part of the investigating team, that she was acting on what she was instructed to do.
Oh yeah, Moonlight, thank you very much. Thank you. See, there are people, the more we stay together, the more we think alike. I don't think Mngomezulu used that eye drop. I hear you guys saying, no, I don't think he used it.
It's a way.
I don't think he used it. That's why I was not going to talk about it. But Moonlight came. I don't think he used it. He was still winking the same way he was going on. Like, I don't think he used it.
Well, Mgo approached accused number 1, and then after approaching accused number 1, he concluded his testimony. Ramasipile started with his cross-examination, and he asked about the 17th of June 2020 when Mogola testified that she received a forensic bag from Sergeant Mohani. She says that she was at Pretoria Central. Accused number 2 was brought to a boardroom at Pretoria North Police Station, where he was interviewed and questioned and interrogated at the people that were present there. Accused number 2, Bongani Tanzi, has said that it was Mogola, Sergeant Mabena, and Sergeant Mohani. He even said that Brigadier Gininda showed up at a later stage. So a version was out to yourself, and Brigadier Gininda refuted that you were present at that meeting because they have denied that they were at that meeting in that boardroom. Asked where was the buccal swab obtained from accused number 2 and who obtained that swab, because it was obtained on the same day of the boardroom interrogation that accused number 2 went through.
Yes.
So Sergeant Mohani, she says, only gave her the exhibit bag containing the swab. Ramasipile asked, I've seen on Friday when you were testifying about the buccal swab that investigator Tsiye obtained from accused number 3 and number 4. You also made chain statements to say that after the buccal swab was obtained, it was handed to me. I locked it somewhere and it was taken to FSL, telling you where he got the bag. Did Mohani hand you a similar evidence with regards to accused number 2? Mogola said she only received the bag. So asked about this and interrogated further. When asked why she did not insist on a chain of evidence, who obtained the buccal swab according to her, Mogola said that she was not present when the swab was obtained. And she also does not know the investigator or the person who took the swabs for accused number 2. How dodgy is that? That is very dodgy. With accused number 3 and number 1, they came to even testify. It was Tsiye. But with accused number 2, who took the swabs from accused number 2?
We don't know.
Well, she says that she would not know. Ramosipili asked about the folio or copy for accused number 2 from where he did the swabs. And the state said it's still being searched for Mukula. And she said that she will check. It's only now that she will check to see the trace, the chain of evidence with regards to the swab of accused number 2. What could be happening here? What is possibly, what is being hidden here? What is being hidden with regards to the swabbing on that date where there was a boardroom confrontation or interrogation of Bongani Ntanzi? And she said that she had been working with Mokgani for over 10 years. He is not an authorized person to obtain buccal swabs from what she knows. So it just came with Mokgani with no name of who did it.
It doesn't matter now, eh?
Well, Ramosipili put to Mukula that when the swab was obtained by accused number 2, it was obtained by Mokgani and Mukula was present. Listen to that. Mokgani was busy taking swabs. Allegedly. Accused number 2 is saying his swabs were taken by Mokgani. Mukula said that she was not there and she has no reason to deny it.
Hi, we trust you, Namkhulu. You have no reason. Mamfundisi. Oh, we trust you.
Well, Mokgani, she said she was not present when Mukula said she was not present when Mokgani executed a warrant of arrest for accused number 2 in Valeria. And Ramosipili said that this instruction from accused number 2 is that the buccal swab was obtained by Sergeant Mokgani in Mukula's presence in Valeria on the 26th of October 2020, on the eve of his first court appearance at the Boksburg Magistrate Court. And Mukula said that she was not present. She only received the buccal swab. She said it was easy because they can get that information from the lab on the date it was received by them. The lab that she took that has no name of the person who took the swabs.
Hey, Bagwit, this is how it feels, eh? It's like sleeping in a house and have your house sleep with your doors open. No butler, no nothing, no dog, no gate. You know, when you think of SAPS, that's how it feels. It's like you're in a house, there's a bit of security, but the door is open, the gate is open. There is no dog.
Well, she also denied that she was there when accused number 2 was being checked for a gold tooth at that boardroom and told to take off his shirt, looking for a tattoo and all of that. She says she's denying that she was there. And then they asked her that on the 26th of October, on the same 26th of October 2020, they issued J50s for the warrant of arrest for all the accused at various facilities. So Mukula said that they were issued by the lead investigator, Brigadier Kininda. Mukula also confirmed that in terms of the application for J50, a supporting affidavit must be disposed to by the person that makes the application to the magistrate. So Ramosipili asked to adjourn a bit earlier so that they could talk or consult with accused number 2 so that he can further tailor his cross-examination. He said he'll continue tomorrow.
It's a good thing they adjourned earlier because you would have taken us to 3 hours.
And Mnisi, what is going on with Mnisi, guys, when he abandoned that whole cross-examination of Khoza? Because Mnisi said that he was mistaken about what Khoza said, that Khoza was right, that it was in respect to the testimony of accused number 5. And also, he did communicate that he's not going to be able to make it tomorrow. Or is he trying to avoid getting blamed for further delays? Mnisi was not wrong. So why is he acting like he was wrong? He even apologized. What is going on with Mnisi, guys? Can somebody explain to me what is happening there?
That's what we say when we say that these lawyers, they need money, man. You need to... independent money. That's how I would put it, in my own opinion.
Khumalo, he was also not supplied with the documents that he asked for last week. And Advocate Bello said that they should be organized by today, latest tomorrow morning. Who's fighting alone.
Someone is saying Baloy's voice had changed today. He was quick in his interjections. I was overjoyed when Mngomezulu said he will call almost all the standby for Zazelo. Sikhona ubambe nje kancane nje sithi ukufaka ilokhuzana into zakho ya athi sizwe ukuthi usuyezwakala lapha eledweni. Yes.
No, ninjani lapho anonymous now sis Emily. Ngikhuluma noSicelo Mato la Richards Bay.
Yebo.
Uhlala esikhaweni. No. Hey bawethu ibhlungu lento mhlawumbe into engidala ukuthi mina nginamathele kakhulu ikakhulukazi lokhu kaSenzo Meyiwa. Wonke ama podcast la wenziwayo angathi ngwalalela wonke. Ngenxa yokuthi ububhlungu engibuzwile ngiboshwa la ngisebenza kwa Transnet anginankinga futhi ukuveza lokho ngiboshwe gate lapha kwa Transnet kanti kune strike we knew thina njengabasebenzi ukuthi strike sisemthethweni we trying our all best ukuthi sicomply with the police outside but amaphoyisa they just decided to pop up ama-tear gas kwi-gate yase Richards Bay kwa Transnet. So I was very much involved in communicating namaphoyisa. Ubrigadier Mngomezulu was Richards Bay police station. So after ngathi start to be umbuzo ukuthi why is he popping up ama-tear gas, because he was the one who advised us to do it because when I arrived the road was closed. I'm trying to cut it matter short. So then they because abasebenzi they can't pop ama-tear gas, they just ran away. After running away, then I decided to let me go. Because I was like a mediator between abasebenzi namaphoyisa by then, and then they decided to arrest me. Now during the case, I was so very shocked. Uthola ubrigadier Mngomezulu of Richards Bay police station ekamba amanga belekelana noconstable Sithole wa-POP ukuthi thina we were throwing stones at them, we were throwing amabhodlela. Yabona it was very painful. Yabona kodwa kuze ngize ngithuthuzwe because we ended up we were 4 who were arrested. We ended up being convicted. Sathola about 3 months because we were working, and then sathola 12 months saboshelwa ngaphandle. So with this thing ama community service. But ke enzama ukuveza, I ended up consoling myself with you guys ngelento enyenzayo ukuthi keep it up. Kunabantu abanjengathi abanamacala abangakaze beze bewenze. It's just that I don't want to go into details because we don't have enough time. Kunabantu abanjengathi abalandela kakhulu icala likaSenzo because sesiyiduduza ngalo ukuthi hey uyazi maybe lokhu ukuconvictwa wami maybe kuncane kunalokhu kwabontanzi, because kwabontanzi kukhulu babe kwamacala ukubulala umuntu. Uyayibona ukuthi is going to ukuthi be convicted abantu ngento obona kahle ukuthi they did not do. So don't be amazed guys, even brigadiers they go there and testify amanga. Uyayibo nase Richards Bay lento le njoba ngisho nje ngisicelo Matwe, I don't mind even if you can hear it and it's true, they lied. So it happened. That thing the Senzo Meyiwa is very painful to us. Thanks very much. Let me continue ngibuke la because I'm using my phone. Now
whenever I hear these stories,
Mzansi, hello. Hi, how are you? We can hear ourselves. That's a problem.
Hello, Njani.
Sikhona njani?
Sikhona. Yes. I have to take a moment and and bring myself to normality. The last time I called, I spoke in isiZulu, and I was quite infuriated. But now, sengiyabona ukuthi lokwata uyikuzo sizofa sizophuthwa ama-heart attack. Nayi indaba umngomezulu namhlanje ungibonisile ukuthi he's not just a lawyer as a visa, as he was portrayed as a low umuntu ongazi nesilungu, umuntu ongathi thathi kahle. Today ngumzulu ngiprovela ukuthi he is well aware ukuthi udila nedemo lengakanani. He had to chop it down, le demon into pieces. That's not the outcome case, but many are standing to see ukuthi where will it end, so that they will also be able to make decisions elsewhere. I'm sorry, I know this channel has been very sensitive about deviating into politics, but we are political beings, and anything else has got its own politics. I've seen today politics our justice, Ukuchi Zambaranjan. Rata doesn't care how many rules he is breaking, because his handlers are much bigger, much more fearful, are much more scary than an ordinary person who is looking there, than a person who's watching overseas. He has proven that beyond reasonable doubt. Ngumzulu knows that. Ngumzulu knows the tricks, and I can tell you, Ngumzulu has been threatened or something by either directly or indirectly, just like we've seen Abomnisi, Shama reverse, and all that. All this is not falling into Impumpote. Siyabona sibhekile, and we know ukuthi umoya is revealing these things. That's another thing we can never depart ourselves with. Umoya umusufuna ukuzihlenga, people will falter like urata. So I chose not to be emotional anymore, but in Kambingo Mahati. Rata, ware ratafa. Ware ratafa. I have to sing like that. Young mangaza, Lomuntu claim to fundi lo baba, as lo baba. He doesn't mind who's again like this. I don't know, is he broke? I don't know what. He like all the time, because again, is too arrogant or narcissistic. No, he's not. He's actually trying to prove to the handler, I'm trying, we are born. Now, the handler, if he's born, directly or indirectly, feel umoyozo yambulula. Siyabonga bafethu. Emily, you're doing a good job. I know. I wish I can bump into you at town. I'll give you a handshake. Your voice can be used to vibrate the truth, my brother. The truth makes you sleep well at night. I won't forget to like. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, all is alleged. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hi,
how are you?
doing? I'm well. I just want to quickly make a comment, guys.
Please do.
The lady, I'll keep saying that these people, are taking us for fools. I seem to be saying this a lot, but I have to say it again. When this lady said that she doesn't know the difference between a 38 special and a 9mm, I was quite surprised that how can a police officer with 15 to 18 years of experience not know the difference between the two? And then my question is, if she is an investigating officer, does she not attend crime scenes? And if a shooting has happened on a crime scene and there's cases on the ground, is she not able to identify the type of gun that was used based on the cases? So she doesn't know anything about guns, and yet she's got 18 years of experience. That's quite surprising. And then another thing as well, teamwork. I would imagine that as investigating officers working under a lead investigating officer, they are supposed to be a team. They work in a team, right? So I don't believe for a second that she didn't know anything about some parts of the case, or that Mr. G Funk over there told him anything. You know what I mean? Told her something. I don't believe that she doesn't know anything. If they are working in a team, there's something called stand-ups, where a team of officers would get together maybe every morning or once a week to talk about, like maybe to give an update on the case, on what everybody is working on, what everybody has achieved that week. So there's constant updates. So she can't tell me that they never had stand-ups and they never discussed the case with Janinda. She definitely knows. She definitely knows something. So she's lying to us. And then she said, Muzi was about to say something. Listen to this. She said he was about to say something. But then at the same time, she's saying Mr. G Funk told him that he might be linked to the Senzo Meyiwa case. So how would she know that he was about to say something regarding the case or regarding the matter of Senzo Meyiwa? Is she a prophet or a Sangoma that she can actually predict that somebody is about to say something? So she's lying, because then she's saying, well, Mr. Janinda did indicate to me that this guy could be involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. But then at the same time, she's saying he was about to say something. So she's lying there. It's a lie. And then I've got a question that I was just asking myself, because Mr. Mgomezulu mentioned something about the young man getting shot in the foot, right? So I was just thinking that maybe if they get a private investigator may find some information about who treated this guy, because if he was shot, he must have gotten treatment from somewhere. And if they find out who treated him, they'll be able to track, maybe if they did make claims from a medical aid, they'll be able to request a medical aid record. And in the medical aid records, they'll be able to see the date of treatment, the doctor's practice number, the type of medication that was prescribed to him, and where the medication was actually obtained from, and which hospital was actually where he was treated. And if surgery was done, they obviously must have removed the bullet. So they would be able to get all this other information if they get a private investigator to find out who treated him, right? And then also I was wondering whether, the forensic pathologist mentioned the size of the bullet wound during his testimony. I must have missed it, and I wonder if he did, because I was just thinking that the size of the bullet wound would maybe be helpful in determining the type of gun that was used to shoot the deceased.
I think
that's my contribution for tonight. And I just want to, make a plea to all the viewers who are watching this live. Can you please like the video? We really, 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 really need you to like the video. You know what I mean? Like we are out here at night burning the oil for this train to keep running at night. And then we allow the people who come in the morning to take all the credit. Come on, guys, please like the video.
Just press the like button, guys, please.
Yeah. Right, to get you.
Okay, guys, I love you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much. But yeah, all of those questions.
Good evening, Mr. Anonymous and Emily. It's Winston here, calling all the way from Namibia. I've been here thinking of something this whole time. Man, tell me, was Oscar Pretorius' case not concluded within the same time frame as
Zanzelo?
Hey, Mr. Anonymous, Emily Njani.
Sikhona njani mfowethu?
Siyaphila. And I'm just ngifuna uku-add a few things nyana.
Okay.
Ukuthi I think labantu laba basenza ama-clown basenza ngathi asihlakaniphile. Why ngisho njalo? Uyabona, there is no case la, because if bathola isigqoko ekhishini what they were supposed to do is would bathatha ama-DNA for everyone who was inside the house. Ukuze baba exclude, babone ukuthi okay, i-DNA esesigqokweni I belong to abantu abasendlini. So that they can work ngabantu abangaphandle. So why bangathatha ama-DNA abantu abaphakathi endlini? Ukuze sibone because i-DNA yabakhipha abantu ukuthi hayi labantu azange baye endlini. Umbuzo enginawo ukuthi laba abaphakathi endlini did they take ama-DNA for bona ukuze ba-check ukuthi ake ukhona umuntu owangena noma akekho umuntu owangena. So ngicabanga ukuthi lana ayikho i-case, just nje ukudlala ama-mind game lawa. I understand in South Africa we need a jury. That's my point. We need a jury in South Africa. We can't go on like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
just look.
we need a jury.
Yeah.
We hear you.
Yeah, because if Google murder, Mr. Anonymous, everyone is a suspect. Everyone is a suspect. Even the families, even my friends, you go and do interviews. You ask, you probe information, then you exclude certain people who so like it seems like he was telling the truth. The investigation is far from the truth. It's far from the truth. It's far. Yeah. They just decided to let's protect these people and as told about this is a scapegoat. That's what they did. So I think in South Africa we need to change our system. It's very poor. Yeah. It's very poor. We need a jury because we can't deal with people like Aborat. The way I'm irritated Baba. If we judge like ufana no Baba emndenini wakho, you need to treat ingane zakho equally. Yabona like if omngomezulu mhlawumbe benza bafuna ukubuza lokho athe madoda. Hey, this thing is irritating. It's irritating. Like feel disappointed because umprovela kanjani umuntu ukuthi laba abakhuluma manga but umbona ukuthi lento oyikhulumayo akayithathi notice. So that's why I think we need a jury. We can't work with people like this. Or no. South Africa, and it shows if you don't have money, you will rot in jail.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And the majority of black people, they don't have money. We don't have money, which means we will suffer the consequences. So ilokho nje ngisho ngiyabonga abafethu qhubekani nomsebenzi wenu omuhle because la mainstream media lawa so yikho nje sesingamela ukuthi silale late silalele nina bafethu ngoba you make a sense, not laba abafaka imali endaweni engafuni ukuyibiza. Ngiyabonga bafethu.
Siyabonga. Azazi ukuthi ubamlava, but all is alleged here, as we said. Let's continue.
By the time that Senzo Meyiwa was shot, maybe a month or so after Oscar Pretorius' case was concluded, and what was the verdict back then in that 2014? And was he not let off because of the version that he put forth that they were intruders? So, if you have to think about it, did these people not take that same script of intruders from the book of Oscar Pretorius? Just a thought. Secondly, this Mahola lady, she's a whole police officer of how many years? But yet still she cannot differentiate between a 9mm and a gun with a wheel. Even my son, who is now 14 years old, will tell you exactly that is a revolver. That one with a wheel is a revolver. But it's funny for me that she's playing dumb, and we just have to accept it the way as she puts it, that she does not know anything about firearms. What is she carrying? A police officer is not usually carrying revolvers. Most of the police officers, as I know, they carry revolvers. So she must not play dumb with us. We are not stupid. But it's funny how, thirdly, this case has dragged on so long. If it was a white judge, I can guarantee you, of color, this case would have already been thrown out. Because I can remember I had a case here in Namibia. I'll not go into the details of my case, but as soon as the person that laid a charge against me got onto the stand, the judge already could see that this case, it's something else, and he called these people into the chambers and immediately he dismissed this case because it's a waste of time and resources. And I don't understand why your justice system is allowing this to go on. Fourthly, I think Judge Rata, he likes gossip. This is why he's so into this case that he does not want to put an end to this, because he likes stories. He must just stop. Okay, good night. Ciao.
Thank you.
Zanzi, hello.
Hi, Mr. Ano.
Hi, sir. How are you?
All right, man. Emily, good morning.
Morning.
You know what? I'm not going to be long.
Yes.
I'm just taking one concern. You know, my concern is one. I'm looking at this, that Advocate Ngomezulu is on his own. And I'm worried about the others, whether they will come to the party. Because remember, Advocate Ngomezulu started now, after trial within a trial. But look how he did. He poked holes on things that it was said, like in the media, in those interviews with Abozandi. Ngomezulu, he just started with the main trial now.
Yeah.
The other defense lawyers, what did they do? Were they afraid to challenge the state? Because remember, Ngomezulu, what he said was before Easter. He said, I need docket, the 375 docket. And all those statements come from the 375. And what he's doing is, he can see that, I mean, there's a case in 375, there's no case in 636. This is his direction. He's going there. But the others, what were they doing all the time? But that's why I'm saying I'm concerned, because I think Ngomezulu is going to fight this alone. And if he fights alone, I don't think he's going to win this. Just the first witness, he you know what? He undressed that lady. From Friday today, yesterday, Ngomezulu undressed it.
Yeah.
But now, what about the others? Are the others strong enough? Because remember, Gininda is still coming.
Yeah.
Who's going to go head to head with Gininda? Is it going to be Ngomezulu alone? So I don't know. I'm thinking that the others can wake up. Please, can wake up. If let them forget about the legal aid, whatever, and try to protect these guys, because Ngomezulu now, he paved the way. He paved the way. It's for them now to go and do research and all that. But we'll see. It's just my concern that now I'm seeing Ngomezulu fighting alone here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing, and you see, he's standing for Moses. He's standing for Moses.
Yeah.
Because you see that question he asked, he wanted to get permission from Ramusepin. So he's on his own with Moses.
Yeah.
So we'll see Ramusepin today, what he's doing, and the others. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's give them benefit of the doubt. But in Ngomezulu, man, I think it's going to be tough on him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's leave it at that and see.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, I think it would be fair for me to actually call it a night now. I'll just call a few: Togo Masondo, Annie Mzumara, Belta Ngwenya, Michelle Lee, Sizwe Mgaga, Tuli Tools, and CK Moyo, Snentlantla Bengu. Those are our moderators. I'm just calling them from the head. Net. Then I continue and say that those who Moonlight, I think China, RSA, I'm hoping that I'm calling that name right. Yeah, so that's basically, those are people that were here. Mamzita, Togo Masondo, if I'm not mistaken, I've called you, Sbo, Zindela, Elizabeth, Maria Gambi, thought I called this right. So, no Lukanya, and then who else am I missing? Yeah, that's basically, there's a lot of you guys today. It'll be difficult to call you Dipuo le Kalakala. Yes. Sims Kaba. So others, I'm just and Andy Boy, Po Nosipo, just Locomotives. Yeah, Locomotives. Togo's Sen Lang. Others I'm just remembering from my head.
Yes.
BBM, Mighty Molefe. I don't know if Emily Owen Komani, that's our member. I don't know, Emily, if you can help there, just to Tabiso M. Daung, and Martin Gasa. Yeah, those are other people that I'm I'm thankful for you guys that you are here. And if I didn't call you, it's not because I know my age, it's because I did not see you. I'm just scrolling. Do me.
Tools.
Yes, tools. Those like basically all the moderators, Ansi Kemo, everyone is covered. Oh, yeah, I'm just looking for others other than the moderators.
Andy Boy.
Yes, I've called those ones. Just go up a bit maybe and get yes, Tapiwa. Yeah, I'm really up. I'm so up.
Lindsay Kruger.
Yes, I didn't call that name.
You called everyone. The Flow Channel, you called them.
Yes.
Mpodi.
No, I've not. You just called it. No, I'm towards the
Moonlight 26. Enim Zumara.
I've called the name.
And Michelle Lee.
Yeah, I've called those names. So basically, that is it from us. Today, it was long. Thank you very much.
McMaster.
Yes, to me McMaster, yes. Thank you very much,
Thank you, guys. We'll see each other tomorrow.
Please like the video.
Please like
share
the
video. And until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, guys.